being late. I was a little bit late on the train, but I'm over here in Montgomery Station, and I'm going to be walking over into Chinatown. Let me know if you guys are getting... Oh, I see 9 people. Oh, 0 people. Hopefully everything's going well with the stream. Meanwhile, let me figure out which way to Chinatown. I believe it's up this street. But we're going to go figure out. Oh, what's up, Cool C? So I'm going out on camera. Can you tell me where Chinatown is? Just straight up this. Okay, thank you. What's going on to Lamb Chop? What's going on? And whoop, it just disappeared. Sky 616 Craig. Hey there. So let me show you where I'm at. I'm gonna flip it around. You can see right there, that's the tip of the Trans-America Pyramid, and I'm walking up Montgomery Street, and we'll see what the end of the little fair that they have is going to be like when we get over into Chinatown. So it ends in like an hour. If you guys can tell, my voice is a little messed up. I wasn't able to stream last weekend because I was so sick I lost my voice. There's going to be something new this stream. I got this going the whole time, hopefully, if nothing goes wrong. So, if you guys want to see a different perspective, or for some reason the stream cuts out, you guys can go over on my Patreon page. We'll make it freely available. And then, you know, maybe you can watch it side by side, get a view of me, get a view of this, which is super wide angle, should show everything. Let's see, I missed a couple comments. Hey to Cool C619. La Lamb. Hi, I love your art. Thank you. I think you're the only one. Joy Dunn. Hi Lee. Web search single. I'm new to your channel. I thought I saw you before. Anyhow, yeah. Thanks for joining the channel. Something's going on. This guy's yelling about something. Anyhow. So, hopefully my voice makes it throughout the rest of the stream. I don't know what's going on with that guy. I just heard him. Can you see? No, you can't see behind me. Well, there's some guy just walking down yelling at somebody, I don't know who, saying that they smoke crack, when I think probably the opposite is true. Anyhow, so I'm just walking up Montgomery going over towards Chinatown. Hopefully I managed to hit the fair. I was running a little bit late, so I couldn't check on Google Maps to make sure that I'm going to be hitting right where I want to hit it. But yeah, we shall see. It shouldn't be too hard because I'm generally pretty mobile during these streams. I was going to do it actually really early, but it was raining. And I mean, honestly, the forecast was just going to rain again, but it doesn't look like it's going to be raining for a little while. Any more comments? Did I miss anybody? Nope. Okay. Hey, Cooley, how many? Not Cooley, it was Kulik. How many times are you going to say hey? All right. I wonder if I could bring up Google Maps while I'm actually streaming. I don't like to do stuff that might mess things up. If anybody knows the area, should I go up this street? Oh yeah, that's Kearney. I should probably go up to Kearney, right? But since I'm here already, I'll wait for the light to change and then go up Kearney Street. I used to live off of Kearney. anybody got any comments or questions. Last night I woke up, I put this on Twitter, but I woke up at 2 a.m. because I heard like crack, 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 like super loud cracks, and boom! And I woke up and was like, oh shit, there's these big giant, well not giant, but there's these embankments behind the multi-unit building that I live in. And during the rain, a tree fell down. I mean, I heard it cracking. That's what woke me up. And you can kind of tell when a tree's gonna go. And that's what was going on. I was just laying there anticipating and half asleep. Then I heard just a thunderous boom. And then I heard the tree fall, and it was just sliding down the hill. It sounded like a bowling alley. Just all that wood on wood. You know, the truck snapping and breaking other trees down. Yeah, it was crazy. Unfortunately, it didn't hit my unit, but it hit the unit next to me and the one diagonally down from me. And that one was unoccupied, but the one next to me was occupied, and it smashed their sliding glass door in the back. So it's funny how things work out, because I mean, sucks for that guy who lives there, but that guy who lives there used to be in charge of doing the pruning and landscaping, and he actually was just taking the money and not doing any of it. If he would have, maybe there wouldn't have been a dead tree that smashed through his sliding glass door. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. I never had something like a landslide or anything like that before. Okay. Once I get further into, you know what, I'm gonna go on to Kearney, just because Kearney is more like Chinatown. And so, here we go. Oops. Do you know where the fair is in Chinatown? The fair in Chinatown?
Yeah, it's, go to Grant Street.
Grant Street.
People walking across?
Okay.
That's where it is.
Okay, thank you. All right. So here I go. What I was going to do is just go towards the Transamerica Pyramid and then hang a left. But yeah. You know, there's a few people who say they want to be in the live stream. If you guys are watching now, you're free to join me. I have no problem with people hopping in. I mean, actually, it would be better. I'd have more to talk about. Feel free anytime during the live stream to ask questions too, especially if you feel like there's dead air. But even if there's not, should be interesting. You know, this is my first time doing a live stream going into Chinatown. I think. Now I have gone around. This is looking a bit more. He said it was over at Grant, so I'm gonna go up one more block and it should be there. So let me hold the camera. It's a bit windy. You guys can still Chinese characters. Oops. Let me know if you notice any sort. Oh, what's going on? Oh, I thought somebody was stealing something. They're just playing with their kid. Yeah, I'm a little bit out of breath for a few reasons. One, I'm going uphill. Two, I'm still sick. down the street. So you see the lanterns all here in Chinatown, and I hear a Chinese fiddle playing. Oh, here it is. So for those who don't know, San Francisco has the biggest Chinatown outside of New York, I believe. Oh. Okay, so I'll take a picture. So I think that's a mandolin. And then I don't know the name of that. I don't know if it's a zither or what. It's a Chinese, those two are Chinese fiddles right there. Oh. So. Some other people are taking videos, pictures. So over in Chinatown it's pretty good. You know what's funny? You see all this knickknacks and stuff, and then right in the middle on the chessboard you see them, they're selling a lens. But yeah, it's got lots of cool stores around here selling things like katanas and other non-Chinese things. Oh, here we are, the proper fair. But it looks like everybody, it's supposed to be until 6, but it looks like everybody's shutting down. Maybe I could buy something. They have some special foods. Maybe I could buy like a wife cake or something. Oh. Sounds like they got some firecrackers going off. Oh shoot. That last one sounded like an M80. What's going on? Are you guys all there? I can't really tell you. There hasn't been any comments. Okay. Let's go see what's left behind of that carnage. Okay, first of all, let's see. This is shut off too. But there doesn't look to be anything over this way. Man, my ears are still ringing from those firecrackers. I just want to see if I could see the leftover firecrackers. I could smell it. I could smell the, oh, there they are. I could smell the strong smell of sulfur. Honestly, it's probably for the best that I wasn't here when it went off, because I wouldn't be able to. Well, it's still smoldering. Anyhow, let's go back over into where the actual parade is. Or not parade, the fair. Are you guys, honestly, are you guys there? Is the stream working? Oh, you know, this stupid app. It wasn't telling me all the comments, so I'm gonna go through as I try not to get run over. I'm gonna go through back to where it was blocked off and where it looked like there was some stalls, although it looked like they were cleaning it up. Okay, it didn't. Let's see. Okay. I'm new to your channel. Uh-oh, watching from London, 1 a.m. What are you doing up? Tater nuts. City scare me. Me too. Cat, Happy New Year's. What a fun surprise. I'm sorry it's blurry. I don't know. Oh, There, what should be better. It was pouring. It sure was. Web search single. My heart is touched by your life journey. Thank you. Tater nuts. What time is it there? It's 5:20. Web search single. I'm watching from the Peach State, Georgia. Teresa Trung. You ditched me. Well, okay. I saw a dead bird around there before. Oh, I've seen lots of flattened pigeons and just like a single bird's foot or wing. Let's see. Tater Nuts Karma. Yes, I know. Okay. CD, what's up, Lee? How you doing? What's up, CD? I wish I could. I'm on the East Coast. Cat, only a bit I know about Chinese New Year. They don't set off fireworks on a big display within the Beijing inner rings. The wind makes you difficult to hear at times. Sorry, I also lost my voice. I was sick. Windy, can't hear you. Okay, wow, it's been so long since I've been there. Pretty cool. I hear music in the streets. That's right. Oh, wow. Sound much better once you got out of that wind tunnel. Okay, so I think I'm basically... Oh, wait. Sorry. Technical issues. It opened up the keyboard and it won't go down. Here we go. Alright, here we are. Now it should be current with the comments. I don't know why it would get stuck on old comments. I'm walking around thinking that no one's watching. Okay. So I guess people are just taking pictures here. So I don't know. Looks like they shut down over here. This thing, it hasn't been very big this year because of the rain. Oh, let's see, world's best peeler, guaranteed. What's going on over here? Oh, is it ginseng? Mexico, oh, a sea cucumber. That's a typical Chinese New Year item. So they eat sea cucumber and like some special kind of like black moss or something during Chinese New Year. And so, there we are. There, ginseng. They're selling ginseng over here. Prince of Peace is a pretty big brand. I got Chinese lanterns over here and various lucky things. Little trinkets. I hear more music. I'm gonna go check that out. So for those of you that don't know, it's the year of the pig. That's why you see little pig things like this golden pig over here. We got another gentleman playing the Chinese fiddle over here. Real music, I think that's their traditional music. Yeah, and then like these little ghost stalls, because I guess people are eager to go home. Okay. Oh, what is this for? Oh, the menu. Oh, no, thank you. Yeah, you'll see a lot of that. A lot of spitting on the ground over here. Oh, look. They're performing. They're doing karaoke. Almost sounds a little bit like Chinese opera, but without all the you know, all the percussion. That is so cool. Yeah, so we're back up. T-Mobile. I don't know what that has to do with Chinese New Year. I should go over there and bitch about how I can't stream because of T-Mobile's network. Let's see. Oh, the army? This, don't know how that helps. What's this? Chinese Chamber of Commerce. It's over here. Free exam. On the spot. Chinese pulse diagnosis. Dried food goods over here. I wish I knew more about the culture to tell you about all the stuff that are auspicious and whatnot for the new year. It's funny, some of this stuff is completely unrelated. So I don't know. Oh, let's see. I forget the significance of this. Lucky pinwheels. So there's different ones. Some for good wealth, some for business, and various other forms of prosperity. Yeah, see, auspicious pinwheels. Traditional pinwheels spin good luck and eradicates the bad luck. Kind of similar if you think about it to like the dream catcher, you know? Selling flowers over here. So where we are at Jackson Street. Look at all that garbage. No, let's see, there's flowers. Oops, up over here. Let's see what's up with these. I don't know, it doesn't look like there's anything going on over here. Let's see, oh my gosh, I remember my dad getting me those pinwheels when I used to live in SF. Oh, heard more fireworks. There's only a single one. I should say firecrackers, not fireworks. Oh, it's more. Let's go see. Is it? Let's see. Oh. No, can't see, but I did see somebody light a cigarette off of the burning remains. Or smoldering, I should say. All right. Sorry about that. I wanted to catch some of the action. Yeah, everyone's packing up. It's until 6 o'clock, but it looks like people are eager to leave. I don't know what's. Oh, there's the guy in the back who's on the microphone. Let's see. I think these things you hang are for good luck too, but I don't know exactly the meaning or the history of it. They got some rice cookers, or actually water purifiers. That's pretty popular. They sort of percolate. Oh, and another thing is to give out tins of cookies. We generally give them out in pairs because it's more auspicious that way. And they have American ginseng tea. So ginseng is believed to have health benefits in traditional Chinese medicine. Oh, I was just looking at the sign at the, okay. Gung Hei Fat Joy. So anyhow, thank you. So American ginseng is believed. Yes, I am. You want to be on there? Wait, come back here. What's your name? So anyhow, American ginseng. I could tell you guys about the history of this. So ginseng's believed. There's two types. There's Korean ginseng and there's American ginseng. Korean ginseng is believed to have a heating effect. American ginseng is believed to have a cooling effect, and is believed to be superior because of that. So back during the tea trade, I think that some ships came from America over to China to get the tea, which was highly desirable, or who knows, maybe it was silver or gold. But they had to use ballast, so they just filled it in with just any old thing. So they're filling it up with a bunch of these tubers just to weigh down the ship. And as they were unloading it to get the tea or whatever it was they're bringing back, people were like, "Hey, what's that?" And thus American ginseng was discovered. So it actually was just sort of a weed that was in there. Team Mobile Army may be sponsor. Yeah, I think so. What is this? Oh, chestnut. It's got bamboo. These are bamboo reeds for sale. I think for some reason these are also supposed to be lucky. Oh, and over here you see a little, it looks like kumquats, but I think it's supposed to be oranges. Or, oh yeah, these are kumquats. No? These look like kumquats, these look like oranges. So oranges are lucky for the good, for the new year too. You're supposed to pick it and make sure that there's still leaves on there. And for those who don't know, okay, there's nothing over that way. For those who don't know, oranges originated over in China. And came over here. Well, throughout the world, I guess. It's not just over here. So you see, there's oranges over here that are picked clean, and there's oranges over here that still have the leaves on. So this is what they want for the new year. Supreme Mediti. Yeah. Anybody have any comments? Let's see. Koreans were crazy about ginseng when I lived in Seoul. Were they crazy about their local ginseng? Yeah, you hear various New Year songs play. Oh, this is hair dye. Let's see. Oops. Various cooking wares. Oh! For those people who don't know, here's another thing I could tell you guys. Bruce Lee was born in San Francisco. So Bruce Lee is actually American. He was born in the Chinese hospital here. Yeah, that looks to be about it. I could try to go over some other little side street, see if there's anything else over here. Is everything good with the stream? Nothing's dropping out? Let's see if there's anything. Doesn't look like there's anything up there. No, Columbus. No, that would be over into the, that'd be going over into Little Italy. So, Hey, you know what? I could take a look at the back side of the stalls. Look, you see all this? All these things you only see here. Tea-espresso. Oops. Man, I'm sorry for the bad camera work. I really want to try mooncakes. Oh, mooncakes are awesome. But I don't think you get mooncakes during Chinese New Year. I think that's during an autumn festival. So there's several different types of mooncakes. There's a traditional mooncake that has lotus seed paste and usually has a salted egg yolk in the middle. And there's some with red bean paste. A lot of since lotus seed paste is pretty expensive, they will use white bean paste to as sort of a filler. But yeah, they have mooncakes over in Vietnam as well, not just in China, and other places as well, like Singapore. They're yelling "sama-sama." I don't know what "sama-sama" means. Bruce Lee was great in the Green Hornet series. Yeah, he was the reason to watch, right? Why else would you watch it? Okay, you know what? I didn't go up this way. Let me see what's up over here. Or did I go up? I did go up here. Okay. Oh, it looks like they had rides for the children. Let me see. And you could just barely see over in the distance the Bay Bridge. Yeah, I guess they had this for the children, but I guess it's going away now. And yeah, that's basically it. So what do you guys think? What should I do? Thank you for doing this. It takes me back to SF virtually. Miss the city and Berkeley so much. Be safe, homie. Thank you. To, what's that? Ephemeral Youth. Didn't Bruce Lee have something to do with the 70s TV show starring David Carradine Kung Fu? I'm not sure. You know, Bruce Lee did train a lot of actors. He taught them Kung Fu and I think he preferred Kung Fu over Wing Chun before eventually making his own martial art, Jeet Kune Do, and then saying that actually you shouldn't use any style and makeup and just use whatever is useful at the time. I know he did a little bit of jiu-jitsu and he did a little bit of wrestling also. Try some Chinese street food if they have any. You know what I want? Here's the problem, I can't read Chinese. I want a wife cake. I wish I had somebody with me who could help me get one. Oops. But anyhow, it looks like most of the stuff shut down. Most of them were packed up. So the stuff that was still around was people selling, you know, box goods. There was nothing fresh being sold. Yes, trying food would be fun to see. Okay, let me see. I don't know who I'd even ask. I don't want to go eat at a restaurant. Hold on. Golden flower. That's Vietnamese. No. Well, I could go back. Oh, I don't even know how to say it in Chinese though. Excuse me. Would you know where I could buy like some Chinese like sweets? Okay. All right. Thank you. Excuse me.
I was like, oh shit.
Do you know where I could buy wife cakes?
Wife cake.
And then one day
Yeah.
you ran back. I was like, wait, oh shit. I was like, no.
What?
I know.
Oh,
Where can you?
Where's?
Never mind, it's not open.
Oh, it's closed. Oh, okay. What about mooncakes? You guys know where I could buy mooncakes? Yeah, that's what I thought. As people were asking.
Usually
Yeah.
it should be September would be a good time.
Oh, okay. So you guys don't know about the wife cake or husband cake or anything like that?
The best one, they're not open today.
Oh, okay.
The well-known one. But
Oh,
actually,
where is it
there's
for future reference?
There's a bakery up there.
Okay.
Maybe they have it. There's two bakery up there, so maybe you check it out.
Okay.
One is called Garden. The other one is like AA or something on the outside.
Okay, thank you. All right. So, oh, let me go look at where it's closed, the Golden Gate Bakery. Just for future reference, if you guys are in the city or the Bay Area and want to hear about the place that they said was best before I go over to that other place. See, I told you guys that the mooncake was seasonal. It's for the Mid-Autumn Festival. But I thought I'd ask anyhow. So here it is. Go, whoa. Golden Gate Bakery. Three weeks vacation. So they're gone for the entire Chinese New Year. Oh, there's another thing. Over in China, Chinese New Year is not a single day. It is 15 days. So if you're buying something from AliExpress, make sure you don't buy it before Chinese New Year, because it's gonna sit there in perdition for 15 days before it gets on its slow boat over here. Okay. Thanks for trying. Well, I told you, you made me look stupid. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. There's people who'll sell stuff anyhow. I guess it would be like asking for like gingerbread men or something, you know, in the middle of July. Oh, here's. Oh, this is dim sum. House of Dim Sum. I just saw this. No, I don't think they're gonna have. Well, you know what? I could go ask. Hold on, I'm gonna switch the camera over back to me. Let's look at what sweets they have. Oh no, they have egg tarts. Just your typical food. Okay. Oh, there it is. Wong Lee Bakery. Let's try Wong. Make sure I don't get hit by a car. It's all good in the hood. Yeah, you're brave as traveling to a foreign country doing an ask because you're awesome. Oh, no problem. Let's see. Chinese donut. Aren't they all? Sesame balls. Century egg pie. I'm just looking at all the various stuff here. So I'm going to try to ask and find if they have it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to ask. Excuse me, do you know if they have white cakes here? Yeah. Okay. So this is a little bit awkward because I'm in such a combined. Oh, it's myself, my own self. Okay, they don't want me to be in here. Okay. Well, no, it's not. It's just me. Okay. Trade secrets. I told you it was no good. Oh well. I think maybe that will be that. Oops. They wanted me to turn it off, but obviously if I did that, the whole stream would be ruined. Oh well. Next time I'll bring a companion to come over and do my bidding. They got pomelos all wrapped up. Oh yeah, here again you see the citrus with the leaves still attached. Oh, here's something that's kind of interesting. This little fruit over here is called a dragon fruit. It's pretty rare to actually see. I've had the juice before, but I've never tried the fruit. Hides phone in pocket. No, I wouldn't do that. I've had that happen so many times, places just taking pics. It's awkward. Yeah, I don't know, it's a weird thing. Sometimes you go places and people don't want to be on camera because maybe they shouldn't be there, you know? But it's not like I'm doing some sort of survey or anything. Yeah, it looks like they're cleaning up over here. Yeah. Oh, look, they got durians. Oh, it's frozen. Hold on. There we go. So, you'll see those big, spiky fruit. They're bigger than coconuts, like the size of pineapples. Those are called durians. They're very sweet tasting, but incredibly foul smelling. And in fact, if you were over in Hong Kong or Singapore, they have laws specifically to prevent people from eating them on the bus because they smell like toe cheese. So it's pretty disgusting to be around. I've tried it before, and the flavor was sweet, but I didn't want to eat it just because it made my breath smell like that toe cheese. Sorry. I'm just looking around. There's lots of Chinese places over here, but I don't know if I'm gonna find anything fresh. It would all, if I were to find a wife cake, it would be inside of a inside of a package. Hi. Let's see. Dragon fruit is delicious. Also, rambutan. I don't know rambutan. Don't get any durian. Don't worry, I won't. Hi, why do you have an Asian name? Actually, there's many different origins for the name Lee. Mine is English, although I'm not English either. It's kind of an interesting story about my name. I'm trying to get out of the street here so I can tell you guys. So Lee the First, because I'm actually the fourth. So Lee the First was, yeah, I guess he was of English origin here in the U.S. and had a, you know, he was married, had a child. That child was my grandfather. However, that wasn't his child, but he still named it after himself. But yeah, so I'm the fourth, or I guess the third generation of sort of like a. Hold on, it's kind of crowded here. I was just weaving through people. So the third generation of imposters, sort of like a mockingbird. So I kind of like that. If I do have a son, I'm gonna name him Lee the Fifth. Oh look, there's a cat over there. Reminds me of some crazy stories I have heard. Yeah, I just had a, you know, seeing that cat over there. Oh, somebody's taking a picture of the cat. Brings back all kinds of memories. I remember the first pet I had. I was with my mom, went over into like That was in Redwood City, but we went over into a that's going crazy alley. We went over into like a pet shop. It was like, yeah, it was like there's a Chinese guy there who didn't speak English, but we went over. They had all kinds of animals that you shouldn't have, but eventually I settled. I got an iguana, and I was like 10 or something, and you know, it was a little tiny thing. But apparently it's not really. Then if you go to a proper place, it's more difficult to get an iguana because they grow to be. I mean, first of all, they live for a super long time, and secondly, they get to be like 8 feet long, and they can be pretty vicious. They can bite off fingers, and they can whip you with their tail. But yeah. Anyhow, I just remembered that. But my iguana never lived to be that big. I was with my mom just for a couple years, and then I went into the group home and foster home system, and you know, my mom wasn't all there, so that lizard didn't live long under her care. Apparently it froze. She had it right next to the window and didn't have the little heat rock on for him, so he froze and turned black. She wrapped him in tin foil and threw him in the garbage. So now I kind of wandered out of Chinatown just because I didn't know. Oh, actually not quite out, if you see. So here we are again on the edge of Little Italy, or what is the proper name of this district? I don't know. And there's again the little Chinese New Year fair, the Flower Market Fair. Let's go over here. I'll head down Columbus. Not Little Italy. What is it called? Lebowski. Oh yes. Look at that. It doesn't look the same on camera as in person. There it is, the Transamerica Pyramid. It's just weird how it just suddenly strikes you, you know? I wasn't expecting to see it, and there it was. I missed that name. That it just say where to now. Well, you know, typically I go to downtown because that's where everything's at. Proper name for that area. Dang. I always call it Little Italy. It'll come to me. I'm not exactly 100%, so I'm not going to be as on my toes as I am normally. It'll come to me. I like, every time I see this, it makes me laugh. Here we are at Brandy Hose. Absolutely no MSG. That is bigger than their actual name, Brandy Hose. Every time I pass by, there's a couple in this city. It's what always strikes me, the sign just advertising no MSG. Suddenly got, oh, this is North Beach. That's the name of this place, or this area. What? Wait, hold on.
Fascinating, interesting stories. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Dr. Scopify. It's been a while since I saw you. Thanks so much. You're like my patron. So here we are. This is the North Beach Hotel. I used to live at this place. This is, it used to be called, where is it? Here it is, North Beach Hotel. I used to live at this place. It used to be called the St. Paul Hotel, right here. And this place over here, which is now dim sum and ramen, this used to be an Indian place. Serve all you could eat Indian food for $8.50. But yeah, I was going to City College and had no place to stay. And as part of the Guardian Scholars program, which is for former foster youth, they're able to secure me a place for 3 months. So I was staying over in a hotel. It was cool having a place to stay. The problem was though, there's no fridge. So I had my girlfriend gave me some creamed spinach.
That's really good.
That I ate and ended up getting really sick. Wow, it's getting a little skeezy behind me. Okay. So anyhow, am I going the right way? I don't know. I'll just wander wherever my legs will take me. Let's see. Do you like living in a big city more than a rural area? Well, I've never lived in any really rural place. Actually, you know, that's not true. I have. I lived over in Angwin, which is pretty rural. And over in Napa before it was really super big. And that was crazy. I mean, you'd have all kinds of insects, you know, potato bugs and other stuff. Crickets everywhere. People had stables and horses. So, I mean, when you're a kid, I think you want the excitement of a big city. When you're a young adult, you want a big city. But when you want to settle down and have a family, I think the big city, specifically, like how San Francisco is in right now, kind of loses its charm, you know? You walk through, see needles on the floor, and poop on the streets, and you think that's not a very good place to be walking hand in hand with your child, you know? Especially a little toddler. Your little toddler's that much closer to the ground. So the appeal of a more rural area has made itself valuable to me. Or I don't know how I lost myself in the middle of that sentence, but definitely there is more appeal nowadays than there was when I was younger. But I actually didn't specifically move here to San Francisco. I was placed here when I was 17 in a transitional housing, and from there became homeless. So I didn't actually move here on my own. But, you know, not to say that I never wanted to be here. Living all around the Bay Area, it would always sort of like kind of an ambition, not an ambition, but it would be kind of a dream to live in San Francisco, just because it's so much cooler and more happening than, let's say, Redwood City at the time. Although Redwood City's gotten a little bit better. Or like, you know, San Mateo, you know, San Jose. You know, even though San Jose is in its own right sort of a big city. But yeah, you know, the prices of houses in San Francisco is so intense, it's so crazy, that I think I'm going to be forced to go to a more rural area. Because, I mean, what here in the West Coast is less rural? Nothing. And everything is more affordable. Oh, hold it. Let's see. Shut it down if you need and be safe. Oh, I'm fine now. I don't see anything wrong. You would think more people would be watching the Super Bowl. For some reason, I don't think that the Super Bowl is as popular in Chinatown as it is in the rest of the city. And I saw one more comment, or the puppy bowl. Okay. Yeah, so it suddenly just got super dark, although you wouldn't be able to tell from looking at the stream. In fact, let me lower the brightness, it's kind of glaring. Oh, there we go. So, just heard the bell, that means it's 6 o'clock, so it's officially done, although it was unofficially done probably before I got there. So it looks like I'm here in the financial district. You see just towering buildings all around. I'm really interested to see what the body cam footage is going to look like. This is the cable cars. That's what that noise was. So they're called cable cars because there's cables going underground that just are constantly pulling, and the cable cars that start from way down yonder, they just grab on underneath these little underneath over here, and that cable, that steel cable, is what pulls them up the hill. Used to be that only the very poor would live uphill. And I know it doesn't show through, but this is uphill. Because people used to, you know, Market Street was the basis of where everything was here in the city. And this city was built well before cars came around. So people would be on horse. And as you know, the horses can only go up so far. In fact, there's still laws to this day about how steep of a grade you could go up a hill with a horse, because horses were breaking their ankles as they were going up the hills. And also, obviously, you can't go downhill in a carriage because you're going to run over your horse and completely lose control. So the poor who couldn't afford horses were the ones that lived up there. Then they built the cable cars. All of a sudden, those uphill areas became a lot more desirable. And to this day, still is. And those are pretty expensive areas. Sometimes, you know, walking through the city, I'm just struck by like these giant buildings everywhere. It's just, maybe the body cam would do a better job of representing like how you're just surrounded by these towering structures everywhere. So, you know what? Let me just walk down Kearney. I'll cross the street just go downhill. Have you been? Hold on, I missed the. Okay, another storm is headed this way tonight. Yes, I know. I wanted to go do a stream even though I'm sick, but it was raining so much yesterday, and then I was afraid it was going to be raining all day today. It was supposed to rain worse today. So fortunately, that's not the case right now. My screen is also cracked on my phone, so if rain gets on it, it's doomed. Have you been to Korea or Japan? Are the cities much nicer than the ones, whoop, hold on, it's not focusing, than the ones like this? I've never been to Korea or Japan, although I know that both are very expensive. You know, in Japan, I don't know how it would compare to San Francisco, but here's something interesting. The average height of a doorway, I mean, in fact, I think the regulation height for a doorway here in the US is 6'7", which I'm slightly greater than, or maybe it's 6'8", and I'm 6'8". Over in Japan, the height of the doors is 5'11", and everything's based on a different structure there. Over in Japan, I know that the sizes of the rooms are based on how many tatame mats can fit in each room. So yeah, everything's going to be much smaller. The portions of food is going to be much smaller in Japan. I don't know how it would be over in the city. Like I said, I don't live there. However, I'm not interested in going in Japan for a while as much. I mean, as a child, it was sort of, it's something I would have loved to do, but the radiation is a concern for me. With that, and then also, Japan's got some real issues. I don't want to go to any country that's got kangaroo courts, you know? Over in Japan, what's that? What's it called? Well, basically, if you go into court, the conviction rate. The conviction rate is 99.5%. So if you go, for whatever reason, you're going to trial, you're going to be convicted. There's no jury system. There's just a panel of 3 judges. And yeah, you get convicted. In the very rare chance that you are not convicted, there is no such concept as double jeopardy in Japan. The prosecutors can appeal your not guilty verdict indefinitely, as many times as they want. So of those people who were initially found not guilty, 90% of them eventually succumb to the repeated appeals. That's on top of the fact that there's your only right is to remain silent when they have you detained. You are not allowed to have, I mean, you do not have the right of having a lawyer. And they don't tell you that you're allowed to be quiet. And in fact, what matters most over in many Asian countries is not the evidence, but rather the confession, or eyewitness reports, which are obviously can be very dubious. So if you confess to something and then it finds out later that you were being tortured when you confessed, what matters most is the fact that you confessed. And so in Japan, you're legally allowed to be detained for 23 days, and they can interrogate you for 8 hours a day for the 23 days straight, while withholding sort of basic things from you, your ability to use the restroom, water, stuff like that. So I don't want to go to a place like that. Now you may say, like, well, as long as you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen to you. I don't want to go someplace where that's even a possibility. I mean, also there's a lot of xenophobia over in Japan, and they don't feel like tourists are allowed the same rights as locals. So for those various reasons, is where Japan kind of lost its luster. But yeah, I mean, that and the fact that the Yakuza are everywhere. Loving the history. If it wasn't for you, I'd never get to see San Francisco. But oh yeah, as far as Korea goes, I don't really know much about Korea. I know that it is kind of expensive over in Seoul. I know that, wow, look, there's candy everywhere here on the floor. Or at least candy wrappers. I wonder if it's... No. Yeah, those are all Butterfingers. You know what I'm gonna do? I'll pick up a few of these guys and I'll give them out to people I see. There we go. I got like little handful. But yeah, I mean, it's not like Japan is alone. I know over in Singapore, they have a 97% conviction rate. And again, they don't have the jury system. You know, it's another kangaroo court system. And they still have corporal punishment over in Singapore. You know, they have canings, which are actually much worse than they sound. Like, they split your skin as they whip you with reeds. So that's, and what else? I know Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a little bit better, but not much. Their system, again, I don't think it has a jury. They have like a 92%, or maybe it's a bit higher, maybe 90, somewhere around 95% conviction rate over there, and that's because they don't they don't really allot enough money to pay for people's legal defense. So most people go to court without any kind of defense whatsoever. So a lot of these countries where they have such terrible legal system, people will just immediately try to get a plea bargain just because they know they're going to get effed if they go into court. Hi, misbehaving. Kat, you just have to be super careful when you travel and be thankful we're Americans. Yeah, well, I don't have to travel to do that, right? I could do that right from home. But, you know, like I said, I would like to go. It would be something that I'm interested in. Although, another thing is, I'm 6'8", so flying across the world would be pretty dreadful for someone of my height if I'm flying inside coach. I mean, I'd be like, my knees would be on my chest. Be like I'm in, like, yeah. But anyhow, so I'm here over on 1st Street, and maybe I'm going the wrong way. I've got to, actually, I guess any place on Market Street's the right way. I'll just wander off to wherever I'm going, then turn around when I hit the end. So here we are back on the market. Looks like they're still trying to work on the Salesforce tower, trying to fix that foundation. Yeah, we'll see. There may not be too many homeless people on the streets because it's, you know, rainy and it's a little bit cold. I just love traveling and work overseas, so dealing with different cultures is life. Oh, you know what? I realized why everything's been off for me this whole time. Hold on. I'm going, the camera's gonna go crazy for a little bit. It's sort of angled the wrong way. Okay, here we go. Whoa. Okay, and there we go. There, that's why I was off towards the side the whole time. Sorry about that. Yeah, I would love to travel. It's just the realities of travel are a bit difficult, you know? I don't have an expendable income to be able to travel, but I would love to. I'd love to be able to go to over to Russia, you know, and go on that Trans-Siberia Railroad and take it all the way over into Mongolia. I mean, that sounds pretty awesome. But yeah, I mean, I also got a little one, you know, so that also limits your ability to travel and also your financial flexibility. And I'm not exactly operating on a surplus. Oh look, here's a cable car. So there's a, hold on, there it goes. So there's a variety of different cable cars from various countries or various places in the US. So you might see some from Chicago or Pittsburgh or other places, or you might see some from like Milan or some other place. They normally have stuff, some sort of signage that tells you where those cable cars originated from. Let's see. I'm 5'2", so no problem on planes for me. Yeah, you could stay in the overhead compartment. Man, I miss my city. So I guess you're from San Francisco too. Yeah, so it looks like, yeah, I'm heading up. You know what, let me go. Oh yeah, there's somebody over here. So for those people who are just joining the stream, if there are people, I already went into Chinatown and now I'm kind of going back to my default routine. Have you seen that comedian talk about going to Russia when a mob ran everything and they partied with him and he helped them rob his classmates? It was hilarious. I think you're talking about Bert Kreischer, aka The Machine. Yes, I have heard it. Although, keep in mind, comedians often dramatize real-life events to make them more exciting and interesting. And I definitely think Bert Kreischer has a tendency to do so. Here's the Montgomery Station here. Got somebody posted up here like a sniper. It looks like a Navy SEALs, you know, just on his lookout. Let's see, yes, you know, living in the Seattle area. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, sorry, I didn't know you're going around this way. So I guess these are the electric bikes. Because he's taking that over to go charge it. But you know what's crazy? They have removable batteries. Maybe these ones don't, but the one that he went off with did. So I don't know why you wouldn't just swap the battery pack out. Maybe there's something wrong with the bike that need to be maintained. The San Francisco is running several pilot programs trying to find alternative methods of transportation, like e-bikes and e-scooters and other things like that. I wish I could have seen more stuff over in Chinatown, but it was wrapping up when I got there. But yeah, anyhow, let's see, it looks empty because they're watching the Super Bowl game. I don't know, I haven't heard anybody talking. Who's playing? Actually, you know what? I do have family that is watching the Super Bowl game. But I don't know who's playing. I don't follow any sports outside of combat sports. I think there have been quite a lot of people. You know what's interesting? When I was over in Chinatown, I saw a lot of people who were tourists coming from Asia. I think it's funny to come from, let's say, China over to Chinatown, and then, well, I guess it makes sense because you want that ginseng, but still, it's kind of funny to go straight there. Yeah, as I was over in Chinatown showing you guys the Bruce Lee painting, I noticed a Chinese family that were kind of marveling at the Bruce Lee painting over in Chinatown. So, here we are outside the hotels. We're at, again, still towards the Montgomery Station. Actually, you know what? Right over there is where I started the stream at. It doesn't look to be too much stuff going on. The Puppy Bowl is all I know. Didn't who was it? It wasn't Randy? Was it Randy Moss? Who was it who got in trouble for something kind of related to the Puppy Bowl? I feel like his name was Michael Vick. That's who it was. Michael Vick did his own kind of Puppy Bowl. Didn't go over so well. It's, you know, okay. We Americans seek out the Hard Rock Cafe, etc. in foreign cities. Comfort zone. A bit. Yeah. I guess so, but I think if, you know, well, I don't know. I guess it's sort of the same, right? Because almost anywhere in the world nowadays you go, you're going to find stuff in English. And, but I would assume if you're traveling to the U.S., you probably know a little bit of English. I was just thinking maybe they go there just because it's easy to read and stuff. But, yeah. Oh no, lol. What's up? Tater nuts. I'm just looking to see if there's anybody. You know, I don't think it's gonna rain. I mean, I'm looking up in the sky and there's no clouds or anything. Just sort of clear black sky. I mean, maybe there's a little bit of mist. What? Oh, okay, they're just fooling. I heard somebody say that that bus was leaking gasoline, but it wasn't. Yeah, totally different Puppy Bowl. Yeah, it is kind of dead, although you do see tourists. You know, another reason why, of course, you're seeing tourists over here, is because everything shuts down in China for 15 days, so it's a perfect time to go traveling. You know, as I was passing by that motorcycle, I just got a whiff of, you know, the unburned exhaust. And it reminded me, I learned something a while ago, that even though motorcycles consume less gasoline, they're actually worse for the environment because there's much less regulation on their emissions. And so they don't have, they don't filter out the exhaust. And it's not as a complete combustion. So it's actually worse for the environment to drive a motorcycle versus a car. Let's see. One time when my brother was small, him and my parents disappeared. Him and my parents went to Chinatown SF during the Chinese New Year event, and one of the merchants were selling illegal fireworks. Well, yeah, that's pretty common. In fact, if you want to get fireworks, especially the illegal kind here in San Francisco, that's the place to go. I mean, I have so many stories of people buying illegal fireworks from Chinese vendors. Do you have hot boiled peanuts there? They're delicious. I know they usually don't have them in the north. No, I had them back when I was a kid in San Jose. But I think they were selling boiled peanuts over there. So yeah, I mean, San Francisco has a huge Chinese population, so you're going to find lots of stuff here in San Francisco that you probably wouldn't find other places. I mean, in fact, there's more in the Chinatown in New York and San Francisco. There are more Chinese speakers than there are in China. So there's Toisan is over in Guangdong, the lower area, or at least it's close by. It's in the lower area of China. There's like 1 million or over 1 million of them here in the US, and probably half that over in China. Let's see, fungus moss gnosis. Good night. I must make dinner. I've always enjoyed your considerate and interesting commentary. Thank you. Lamb chop. Another interesting factoid. Had no idea about that with motorcycles. Yeah, you wouldn't think so, right? Because they consume so much. Here's an interesting fact. So the average person riding a bicycle, not an electric bicycle, but the average person riding a bicycle actually would be worse for the environment than a fuel-efficient car, because you may think that there's no pollution. There actually is pollution. Obviously, there's a minuscule amount of carbon dioxide that we would emit as we're riding it, but also it's our diet, our fuel. Because obviously humans would be less efficient than a machine. The amount of energy necessary to create the food that the average person eats to create the energy to move the bike creates more pollution than a person would at rest riding in a fuel-efficient car. That's another interesting factoid. My parents at the time were new to the U.S., immigrants from Mexico, and decided to buy some fireworks. Well, you know the other place you go to get illegal fireworks. Probably the better place to go. Although fireworks were invented over in China. It is actually starting to sprinkle. That's why I just touched my lip. I felt like a bit of rain land on me. My brother knew they were illegal, and he confessed to my parents they were illegal. They were so mad. Yeah, well, you should never admit to it. I mean, I don't know, it's crazy. You could get illegal fireworks. A lot of people, as long as it's not an M80, which is like a quarter stick of dynamite. But there are a lot of people kind of turn a blind eye to it. But yeah, over here in San Francisco, there'll be, you know, the fireworks for New Year's, and then for like months afterwards, you'll just see. I mean, especially in sort of the shadier neighborhoods, you'll just see fireworks going out. In fact, from my rooftop, I could kind of see from a ways away the fireworks that they shoot over the bay. But mostly what I see are people shooting illegal fireworks all throughout the city. But Target? Oh, you want me to go to Target? Makes me sad. The language and culture of my ancestors was easily forgotten, and the same with a lot of other Americans. Well, I mean, I don't know. If you had to learn a language, I'd say there's none more useful than English.
God wants to set you free in Jesus Christ. When the Son sets free, my friends, it's free indeed. Amen, brother.
What's
the Bible
going on?
says that, you know, if you seek me with all your heart, you will find me. That's His word. I used to always wonder if that was true. Man, how do I know God exists, man? Like, I can't see Him. Man, I saw Him, man. And I'm telling you, when I found Him, I found out that He always knew me, that He found me. It says in the Bible that there is rejoicing in heaven over one sinner that repents, because they know, the angels know how valuable a soul is. So I want to let you guys know that you have value in the sight of God. That, you know, no matter what anybody has said about you or done to you, that's not where your value comes from. How others see you.
Yeah. I think it was kind of, oh. Well, that's a cop car right there, and he's kind of looking for crack. Oh, there's poop right there.
Wow, really?
is lighting up right outside of, right in front of the dash cam of a cop car. Right, look, there's cop cars right there. Only in San Francisco will you see something like that. And it looked like there was a log over in the water too. Man-made log. Let's see, this poor guy. Oh, hello. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, they got these electric scooter, like these a couple competing pilot programs. But as a result of that, you will see these scooters just arbitrarily dotted around the cities. People just kind of abandon them. This is from Skip. So yeah, this here, like I was saying before, a lot of them have removable battery packs. That there is the removable battery. Oop. So here we are. Let's head over into the TL temporarily. Behind me there was some guy on a bike trying to pop a wheelie. Another thing to mention, the guy is riding a bike on this street here. Meanwhile, where that bus is actually a bike lane going up Market Street. So, I don't know. I could go in the TL. Hopefully. I don't. Oh, shoot. I stepped on something that broke. You always got to be careful. It's not a syringe you're stepping on when you hear a crack like that. So let's go over into the TL and see what's what. Looking for the Chaos Emerald again. That's right, actually, but I don't think so. I'd have to think of what he could be doing. I'm trying to think. It wasn't chasing the dragon. I don't know. I think he was. I don't know. I can't think of a good one. That escalated quickly. Where are the cops though? Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, it kind of reminds me of the old war tactic. There's the belief that that simply the presence of a battleship was enough to sort of suppress anybody from doing anything. So people used to just, not people, countries used to just leave a battleship at a port and just feel like that was enough to intimidate people until it was shown, like in the early 1900s, that you could destroy a battleship with a well-placed bomb. But yeah, I think sometimes they just kind of leave police cars places. In fact, I've even seen dummies. I saw over outside of Balboa Park or Glen Park, I saw like a cop car that was left there for a long ass time that just had a dummy in there. But the problem was it gets cold and it warms up later, so it was filled with dew. So it was like, what the hell is that? It did not look like it was supposed to. But anyhow. So we're here over in the Tenderloin. In fact, I wonder if there's that guy, I forgot his name. The alcoholic guy who I bought some food for. He was crying. In fact, he was screaming and I thought something bad happened. Yeah. Oh, he was there, but he's asleep. So I didn't want to mess with him. Let me see, what's it say? I'm gonna be at least 10% smarter after watching this. Holy teal, what is the history behind the tenderloin? Let's see, happy you are feeling better. I'm not completely better if you can't tell. It's weird, I have like an eye ache now. Let's see, studies showed that cardboard cutout of a cop will stave off crime. We're hot as humans. Well, I don't know. It depends, right? It depends if it's on the side of a road. Well, then again, I guess it still shows that there are people there. Somebody's got to set up that cutout. Let's see. Oh, that guy, the one that was saying they stole a story he wrote. Yeah, and he also showed like his art. That one. You know what? I think I'm gonna head back over I'm gonna head back downtown. Let's see. Well, somebody was saying, what is the history behind the tenderloin? Oh man, I don't know. I feel like I used to know. I know that I could tell you the sort of the history of the drug problem here in San Francisco. Originally, I mean not originally, but you know there was the free love. Okay, here, let me start from the beginning. Really, I mean there's always been, not always, but there's the long, virtually always there's been there's been cocaine over here. I mean cocaine does come from South America, so it makes sense. But with the hard drugs in San Francisco, in the 1950s, they were doing experiments with LSD. LSD was primarily being used by people in universities. And then later it sort of trickled down to like the beatniks who would be doing it, you know, and smoking marijuana. Marijuana didn't used to be illegal, and I think it was legalized in like the 1930s. I don't know the specifics, but anyhow, yeah, the beatniks, they'd be smoking weed, dropping LSD. The beatniks were sort of like hippies before hippies, and you know, they were very much into communism and equal rights, you know, gay rights and other stuff like that, and black rights. But they sort of paved the way for the hippies who came later, who were all about free love and stuff, and also further experimentation with drugs. And San Francisco was obviously a major haven for that. But then towards the end of the 60s, LSD and ecstasy. Ecstasy originally was an antidepressant. I don't know. You. All right, you too. Where you guys going?
Home.
Home? Okay. Don't get too much rain. Oh. So anyhow, let me go under this overhang. So it actually is raining, even though it doesn't look like there's too much stuff there. So let's see, where was that? So, yeah, a lot of the street drugs actually didn't start off as street drugs. I mean, I know heroin. They all have, I guess it's a sort of a converging origins. Like heroin was invented, I think. I can't remember if it was in the 50s or in the 60s. It was invented as a less addictive alternative, I think, to methadone, and it turned out to be like, I'm not sure if it was methadone. I'm not sure what it was, but it was another drug, another painkiller. It was invented to replace. It turns out it was like 10 times more addictive than the thing it was meant to replace, and you know, a lot of people in the military were hooked on that because they used it in the military. I mean, in fact, I don't know. It's like a swirl of thoughts. human history has it goes a long way back with painkillers and palliative care. Opium has been used for at least 2,000 years, maybe longer, over in the Middle East to deal with pain. And cocaine has a long history here over in Southern America. I guess I'm going way deep on this one, but over in South America, they would get the coca leaf and they'd put it in their mouth, and they'd get a little bit of lye or some other alkali on a stick and put it in their mouth and sort of chew it. When the Spanish had landed here, they wanted to get gold. They thought there was plenty of gold here. It turns out there wasn't gold, but there was silver. They forced the locals to work in silver mines. They noticed that everybody was chewing these coca leaves and tried to prevent it. And then they found out later they actually worked better when they were high on those coca leaves. So they actually kind of regulated it. And surprisingly enough, they actually had some sort of safety regulations for the safety of the workers to not give them too much of this stuff. But that, again, obviously goes back hundreds of years. But I was just thinking about the hard street drug use. I mean, everything has its own history. Like the alcohol, you know, alcohol has been widely used for eons as well. I mean, they found evidence that the ancient Egyptians used to drink beer. They would take bread and leave it fermenting in a bowl of water until it eventually turned to beer. But a lot of people think that it wasn't until the invention of hard liquor that alcoholism really became a problem. They discovered distillation, and all of a sudden you had people, you know, sort of during the Wild West era over here, who were, succumbing to alcohol addiction, and that slowly led to the prohibition. Anyhow, that's kind of distracting from the original question, and I'm kind of wandering back and forth. Hard drugs really came into force towards the end of the 60s. They brought them over here for all those like hippies who were dropping LSD, and yeah, they succumbed. They succumbed to heroin and meth. I think coke was kind of expensive for a while. It was very popular in the 70s and 80s. So anyhow, I guess that doesn't really exactly explain it, but I know that there was a lot of places, especially in Haight-Ashbury, that were hit by that. So sorry, it was a big long story that doesn't really go anywhere and had many tendrils. So I apologize for that. Let me see. Let me see if I did miss quite a lot. Oh, yes it is. You want to be in it? Oh no, they're running away. Let's see. It's called a tenderloin because back in the day that's where all the butcher shops were. I had heard that, but I thought that it was called a tenderloin because the shape of it, you know, it's long like a tenderloin. Oops, sorry. Thanks AH, I thought so. Same as the meatpacking district in Manhattan. 1930s used to have hash houses where you could go and smoke. Oh, that came quickly, that rain. You mentioned in a past live stream that you tried LSD. What led you to try LSD? What was your trip like? You know, throughout the whole time I was inside the group homes and foster homes, I didn't really do too much drugs, just simply because I was trying to preserve my brain. There's a lot of people who got fried going through there, but I had read on Wikipedia there's a lot of misinformation online. I had read on Wikipedia that you know, the guy who had discovered LSD, he got some on his fingers and put it in his mouth for some reason and started tripping. But he took a huge dose and he rode his bike. It felt like he was flying. He was hallucinating, and he woke up the following day and he felt so much better. And I was like, wow, that sounds crazy. And I was reading a lot of stuff. Look at this, there's somebody sleeping out here. It's wet as hell. I mean, it's not super wet, but you know what I'm saying? He's here with like a sliver of his ass sticking out here in the rain, sleeping. But yeah, so I had heard that, and I was like, oh, let me try it. And so I tried it. Actually tried it a couple times. First time it was kind of weak. It didn't really feel much. I was drinking a lot of smoothies at the time, and it was kind of weird. I was like pureeing some fruit, and then I had some sort of, it was, both times I tried LSD, I had sort of delayed sensation, and like a little bit of numbness in the tongue, but the fruit wasn't like going to the bottom. So I got a like a spatula, and it was trying to push it down. My hand was going into this. The spatula wasn't long enough to get to the bottom of the blender as I was pushing it in there, and I was pushing it in, you know, pressing against it, and I could feel the vibration and the rumble, and then I see it's all red inside there, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. And it was almost kind of imagining that, like, that I got my hand blended, because it kind of was in there amongst the stuff. I went and I was drinking my smoothie. It was made with a bunch of various red fruits while I was watching South Park on the computer with a friend, and it was weird, you know, like I was drinking and I could feel the seeds, and I could taste like a weird metallic taste, and it didn't you know, taste normal. I was thinking, other than that, I didn't really feel much, although I did feel like if I'd stroke myself, I would feel it like a second after I did it. And I was watching South Park, and then it was like just getting, it sounded normal, and then it was like getting really tinny, and then it would go back to normal, and it would get real tinny again, go back to normal. Then the colors would separate, like the red, green, and blue would kind of like separate and then go back and separate and go back. It was sort of looked like chromatic aberrations. Yeah, that was basically it. There wasn't very much other than that. The second time I did it, it was stronger. I went with my girlfriend to see Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs over in the IMAX here in San Francisco, which is a pretty huge IMAX. We watched it in 3D also. But we took the strips and then went and took the public transit to go there, and didn't feel it much at first. And then when we were on our way over there, before we decided to go to a Japanese restaurant, and so we're over there, and then yeah, it started to hit us while we're over there at the Japanese restaurant, and my girlfriend was like, oh no, oh, this is terrible, you know, and there's people all around us. She's like, no, this is terrible, I can't eat this, you know, and she's pushing her food away. And like, I think the people there thought that we hated the food, because yeah, she was like, no, I can't eat. She just kept saying that, and like she was saying, this is no good. And then the bill came, and we're trying to figure out what the tip was. She was gonna pay for it. She was trying to figure out what the tip was, and she was like, I can't do it. I can't get it. And she gave it to me, and I went and I looked, and I was trying to do the math. And like, I felt like laughing. It just was hysterical to me how difficult It was like there was something blocking me from thinking about it. But you know, I maintained, and I didn't laugh like a maniac, and I wanted to so bad though. But we managed to get out of there, and to this day we don't know if we paid the right bill, the right tip, and the right total there. But yeah, the people there were kind of disturbed. I think they thought that my girlfriend hated the food there. Then after that, we went to. I want to sit down, but everything's wet. After that, we went to go buy the tickets, and we were sitting, waiting for it to eventually start over at one of the tables over inside the Metreon. And you know, your eyes get super dilated. So like I was leaning forward, just looking way close at my girlfriend. Everything else was blurred behind her. And I was thinking like, wow, this is so awesome. You know, because it feels like you can see better than you ever can otherwise, because your eyes are so far open. And she kept telling me, oh, close your eyes, close your eyes. I closed my eyes and nothing. I was like, no, like, why? I'm not seeing it. She's like, oh, like, I can see the music. And she was like seeing, I guess she was seeing patterns to the music that was playing. But I didn't have that same experience. We went over and saw Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And like, there was two people behind me. And as we were watching the movie, they were like talking the whole time. And I was like, wow, it's like they're saying everything I want to say. Because they were like making jokes throughout the movie. And like, yeah, laughing at certain stuff that was unintentionally funny in there. Laughing with each other, and I was like, wow. I was like, who are these people who are really just saying everything I'm thinking? Meanwhile, while we're watching stuff on screen, everything like looks so much more brilliant, you know? I mean, it was already at IMAX in 3D, but it's just there were sparkles like going out at you like particles. And yeah, I was watching and like I was able to you know, follow along, but my girlfriend was not really. She was like just laughing and going, what's going on? I don't know what's happening. And like, you know, there's a scene where like somebody gets stuck inside of a roasted chicken, is running around, and she, what, a chicken? What? And she was completely lost, and she was trying to figure out what was going on. And then in the end, when we saw it in theaters, there was like just sparkles going out towards you the whole time as the credits were running. And she was laughing hysterically. She was like, do you see that? She kept going over to me. Do you see that? Do you see that? It's like, yeah, I see it. And like, yeah, she was laughing hysterically. And I was like, just letting her enjoy it for a while. And I was thinking like, oh, if we stay here, it's going to cause a scene. Then we went off, went to go use the bathroom. And like the bathroom was really small, but I was in there and I was like, oh man, like I felt like I was gonna get lost in there. And I was like looking at the ground, it looked so far away, and the tiles were, I don't know, it wasn't exactly moving, but I was just staring at the ground as I was walking in there. And yeah, I was like, man, if it's like, I don't know if my girlfriend's gonna be able to make it out of the bathroom on her own, just because it was so challenging for me. But yeah, so then went over and saw her. She made it out, and it lasted a while. You know, just my eyes being dilated and feeling the effect. But yeah, we hung out outside of her place. She was living over near Japantown, and yeah, I hung out with her for a while, and she was saying it's no good. She was afraid of getting in trouble with her parents. We're both adults, but she still lived with her parents. And then she went home. She was saying that, oh, this was, I guess she was upset with me. She thought it was a bad idea. But she got home, then I got home. The next day I had a terrible headache, and I realized, like, yeah, that did some damage for sure, no doubt about it. That did some neurological damage, and yeah, she felt it too. But that was the last time I ever did any drugs. Probably going to be the last time I ever do any drugs. You know, there's a lot of misinformation out there now. A lot of people exuding the benefits of doing these various mind-altering drugs. But if you do hallucinogens, you are going to have long-term effects if you do enough of it for enough time. You're going to have mood disturbances. You're going to have memory issues. And if you do enough, or for long enough, you're going to have schizophrenia or other neurological issues. So I don't recommend it. The reason why I did it is because I had read some misinformation about it, but now I know a lot more about the issue. But yeah, I don't know. I never really tripped that hard on LSD, and maybe it's because I never really did too many mind-altering drugs, so I had more of a defense against it. But I think the long-term sanity is more valuable to me than tripping. Although, you know, who knows? If I were terminally ill, maybe that would be the time to experiment more, because I'm on the way out anyways. But yeah. Anyhow, that's my own personal experience with LSD. The 2 times that I did it, I might have done it a 3rd time, but I don't recall. I think I only have done it twice. But yeah, other than that, the only thing I ever did was when I was a kid. I did marijuana a few times. But I think that people don't think ahead to the future. 20, 30 years down will likely have a significant impact. Yeah, I mean, LSD, obviously, mushrooms. You know, I talked to somebody who has done a lot of drugs, and it's obvious. I mean, he's kind of punch drunk. He would go into Burning Man, and he would talk about, like, yeah, you know, when you're doing LSD for too long, like, it starts to affect you. You look at people, you look at, like, the texture of their skin, and you see, and it's like they're lizards. You see their pores and the creases, and you look at their eyes, you look at their mouth, and you know what I'm saying? He was just going off. I talked to a friend of mine who was doing salvia, which, you know, diviner sage, and he was telling me about, he knew what it was like to be a wall. You know, he smoked some salvia, and he felt like he had to be still, and he had to not move. He was telling me the experience of being a wall. He said the whole wall is an eye. You could see with the whole wall. And I was like, yeah, you know you were tripping, right? He's like, yeah, I know, but I know what it's like to be a wall. Like, he clung to that. But any of these drugs that can trigger schizophrenia, they don't actually trigger it. They cause it. They cause either it's repeated use, or there's some other damage there that you didn't know about previously. It was further damage, and then it's your final thread, and then it's gone. And once you have schizophrenia, you have schizophrenia. There is treatments, but as of right now, there is no cure. And I don't really think there will be a cure, because I think it's the progressive damage. If you look at a lot of the medicines to treat schizophrenia, you'll notice that one of the side effects of many of these medications is brain shrinkage. The reason why there's brain shrinkage is because schizophrenia, there's brain shrinkage because you have ongoing neurological decay. Your brain is being eaten away. So it could be eaten away by lifestyle choices, by doing very psychoactive drugs, or it could be eaten away by parasites. But anyhow, sorry about that long tangent. I've been hearing a drug somehow takes you to another dimension called DMT. Have you heard about it? Yeah, man, I can't think of the name. But yeah, Joe Rogan likes to talk about that, right? It's a popular drug over in South America. I saw a documentary on these people who go on these drug tourism things. They go and try these, ritualistic spiritual drugs. They're looking for these amazing experiences, and it doesn't turn out the way they anticipate. I mean, you go and do like ayahuasca, for example. Well, I guess ayahuasca has DMT, but DMT is sort of pure form. But people go and go to South America for these spiritual journeys and end up sort of in a living hell for hours on end. They're just barfing and sweating, shitting themselves, and just having horrible, terrible visions. Whereas people who grew up, in that kind of system get to visit their relatives one last time. It's sort of a different experience if you're going there for a different reason. But anyhow, DMT, I know that, or at least I don't know. All I know is what I heard from Joe Rogan, who's not exactly like the world's greatest authority on these things. That DMT is produced by the brain, but you know what? Formaldehyde exists inside the body. You do formaldehyde, you will die. So let's see. You already lose brain cells as you age. Why accelerate? Interestingly enough, I always thought that after 25 it's just a constant decay. Your brain actually continues to grow until you're 60. Although it's not your gray matter, not your thinking portion, that continues to go down, but your white matter continues to grow. And yeah, I mean, you do lose brain, your thinking ability, but it's sort of on a gentle slope. Or maybe that's the wrong way. Hold on, let me use my other hand. Sort of on a gentle slope until, I forget what it is, like maybe 50 or 60, when it starts to be a steeper decline from there. But you are constantly getting more and more memories, so that kind of offsets it for a while. What exactly happens when people go through withdrawal? Well, it depends. Depends on what it is. I mean, there's withdrawals for many things. There's caffeine withdrawal. It gives you a headache. There's alcohol withdrawal. It can be severe and can even lead to death. You can, I memean, same with certain painkillers. But with heroin, you get shakes, and you feel pretty miserable for a couple days, for a few days. What else? I don't know. I don't know I don't know all of the withdrawals. I know with people who are hooked on marijuana, that when you stop, there could be sort of a longing and they go through like a depression. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, there's the intense desire for a lot of stuff when you stop. I mean, like with crack and meth, but I don't know what exactly the withdrawals are. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Lalam, my brother developed schizophrenia from constant meth use. He's like a completely different person than how he was 12 years ago. I've seen a lot of people completely waste away to drug use. I know what it's like. Hi there. How was that cookie? I gave you a cookie on.
That's right. It was okay.
Oh,
It was good.
You like? Oh, here.
My cherries. Yeah. It was okay. It was good. I'd have made it different, but it was okay.
Okay. What didn't you like about it?
I'm not sure. You'd have to call me right afterwards. It was a good cookie, but it wasn't mine.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You want a Butterfinger?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you.
No problem.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here, I'll get that for you.
Turn this off. I gotta put everything in my coat because I'll lose it.
Where's your dog? You had a
At
dog.
home sleeping. He had a big lunch.
Oh, okay.
And he doesn't like this weather.
Oh, of course.
He gets mad at me when I take him out.
He's a little thing too.
Who?
Your,
Justice?
your dog, yeah.
Yeah. He's cool.
Oh, okay.
He's
So,
my dog. He's my family. He's my only family. Ha.
you know today's Chinese New Year, right?
Yep. Wasn't it yesterday? Did they have a parade yesterday?
Oh, actually, you know what? There's a parade today and yesterday, but the Chinese New Year's on Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my birthday.
Oh, really? Happy birthday.
I'm getting too old.
How old are you?
I'll be 78.
78. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, happy
And
birthday.
going strong.
Hey, you want another Butterfingers for your birthday?
Sure.
Okay, here you go.
I love butter.
Okay.
Even without teeth, they're good. Thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, that's somebody who I had a talk with on New Year's when not New Year's. It was around Christmas. What was that?
I had to dig out the cookie out of I had brain surgery, so how I remember stuff is different than most people.
Oh, okay.
The nuts were too big.
Oh yeah, you know what? I
For me.
put almonds in there. That was probably the problem.
Yeah, I'm used
Yeah.
to walnuts, but I'm allergic to black walnuts, so I don't have any problems. I usually don't eat anything with walnuts in it. But the nuts were too big.
Okay.
That's what I didn't find. There was more nuts than chocolate. Chocolate
Okay.
chip cookies were supposed to be chocolate.
Okay. All right. Thanks. All right. Did she drop something? No. I picked up everything she dropped. Let's see. Lee, you're the best. Thank you, Kat. Yes, it wasn't New Year's. It was Christmas. I walked around. I baked some cookies. It wasn't quite Christmas. It was in December though. And I walked around giving homemade cookies. A lot of people were pretty dubious, but I gave her one. Most of the people, were kind of suspicious of it. So I bought some Oreos, and people were much more willing to take Oreos. In fact, when offered a cookie, they would take multiples. Let's see, Kat, you're so good with people. Thank you. Yeah, that's cool. You see the same people over and over. I'm really good with faces. Generally speaking, if I see a face, I will remember it forever. Even if I see the face as a child, I'll see them as an adult and still be able to recognize them. So I've just walked around downtown and recognized a stranger. Be like, hey, I know you. I saw you over in Sacramento. And yeah. Anyhow, let's see. Oh, Lalam. Sorry, you were talking about my brother developed schizophrenia from constant meth use. You know, I've known people who've gotten schizophrenia. Oh, actually, you know what? So I had a friend named Antoine who had schizophrenia. I don't think he would know exactly where it came from, but he told me this story about when he was a kid, and there was a party where they had like some LSD mixed with orange juice, but it's supposed to be really powerful, and they gave it to him, and they said, "Oh, here, just take a sip." And he was like, all right. And they went to go take, he was like, all right. And they were trying to take it away. He's like, no, I didn't get it. He was just drinking more. He ended up like chugging that stuff. And yeah, those acute exposures do a lot of damage. Let's see. She's cute. Like, happy birthday, Sassy Moves. So, what's going on, Lalam, with your brother? Is he inside some institution? I'm not sure if I'm seeing all the comments here. He's like completely different. Is your brother clean? You know, when I was over inside the in the group home, there was this guy. Oh, I forget his name. he was in there. He and his two sisters were there, the Davies. I remember his younger sister was named Gina Davy. Forget what his name was, but he's the one who gave me weed. Well, didn't give me, made me. Well, not made me, but who bought weed for me the first time I did weed. But he told me he was over in high school and was smoking meth, and some guys went over and were pissed at him for whatever reason, and popped him right in the jaw, and broke his jaw and broke his rib. And I was like, oh man, like that sucks. How, like, you know, yeah, how'd that feel? He's like, no, it was awesome. I didn't feel anything. And he was just like so excited by the fact that he couldn't feel anything when he was high on meth. But I ended up seeing Gina way later, his little sister, and things didn't really work out so well for her. She was an alcoholic. She was pregnant while she was an alcoholic. I lived with her over in a place over in South San Francisco on Orange and Grand Street. Let's see. Let's see. Bless you, love. That's gonna be difficult. Always come chat with me if you need an ear. You're amazing. Take care of family and all. Okay. It did look like when she put something down, a thing fell behind the bench. No, I'm telling you, there's nothing. I picked up several things that you probably couldn't see on camera. There's nothing, although yeah, there's a little bit of litter under there. I don't know if that's hers. Let's see, behind. Stick. Maybe that was her stick. Deep SK just subscribed. What's up, Deep SK? Oops. Okay, let's see, Pat's one. Okay, let's see. Let's say I love you. I love you, Deep SK. No, he's not. He's not clean. He goes back whenever he can get the chance. So we make sure we take away his clothes and leave him with boxers. We want him to be in rehab, but sadly he's undocumented. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. Oh, I just saw that about the trash, but there's nothing you can do with somebody who doesn't want to be clean. That's that. I mean, that's a wrap. I mean, something like meth, it's so destructive. I mean, you become a different person, obviously. You become paranoid. And I'm sure you being his family, he went off and he probably accused you guys of doing stuff. But I just realized, you know, I have these Butterfingers in my pocket. I should just give them out to people. Let's see. Sorry, I was just trying to scope it out and see if there's anyone close by. Yeah, thanks a ton for your support. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's nothing you could really do, you know. I mean, if you try to pressure him too much, he's just gonna try not to associate with you. But you gotta accept him for what he is, and for right now, that's a meth addict, and probably for the future, in the future too. And it's kind of it's a chronic disease, you know. And it eventually will lead to death, which is unfortunate. I guess all you can do is sort of learn from the experience, you know, and just not travel down that path. But obviously, something happened that led him down that path. You know, people who are happy, who lived a healthy life, you know, had a healthy childhood, don't seek out meth. So there's probably things you don't know about that led him down that path. I mean, maybe you do know, but maybe there's a reason, maybe there's not. That you know of, that he went down, that took him down that path. So, you know, maybe you could try, instead of dealing with the addiction, maybe you could try a more therapeutic method and try to focus on what makes him so unhappy, what makes him, I mean, it might be hard to connect with him when he's constantly high or constantly needing, but maybe you could ask him, yeah, why he's unhappy. Why does he feel like he needs to make up for something? Hold on, there's a guy over here. Oh, he's just walking away. I mean, there's somebody begging over here. Ask him if he wants a Butterfinger. You want a Butterfinger? You want one? No? Okay, here you go. Let me give a Butterfinger. You want a Butterfinger? There you go. Happy Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another guy. You know, I should just give it to people who are not doing so well instead of people who are begging. You know, I never begged when I was homeless, but they're just so visible. Hey, you want a Butterfinger?
Oh yeah, thank you.
There you go.
Uh-huh. You got a quarter?
What's that?
You got a quarter, 25 cents?
No, sorry, I don't. Yep, he's asking for a quarter. I'm curious about going to Mexico, but hearing about the police there and sex trafficking scares me off a bit. Well, there's sex trafficking all around the world, but you don't exactly want to go over there as an American. I mean, it depends where you go, but I wouldn't know. Maybe you could go some... Well, every once in a while you do hear about tourists getting slaughtered in places, but if you go over to some touristy area, of course you're not seeing the real Mexico, but it would be a lot safer. You know, probably if you go deeper into Mexico and you stay away from the border, you might be able to see a little bit more of that, you know, authentic Mexico, and not have to worry so much. Okay. We try to talk with him about it, but he refuses to do so. When we pull away our brother from drugs, he relies on another addiction. So we all buy him cigarettes to avoid him from doing the hardcore stuff. Yeah, that's called cross addiction. That is very common. You know, somebody's addicted to something. People can quit easily, but they never actually end up quitting because they're not dealing with the underlying issue. You know, they may quit their original substance, move over to another substance, move over to coffee and cigarettes, move over to sexual addiction. You know, like Jimmy Norton would be a big example. You know, he went clean for quite a while, but it was, you know, constantly hiring sex workers. So he wasn't exactly completely clean. I mean, you know, there was still an addiction there. Let's see, if he doesn't get a cigarette, he'll start to break into anything for his clothes and run off to do drugs. His meds don't even treat his schizophrenia, only his depression. Well, there's no real good medications now for schizophrenia. But that's how it is. Well, you know what? I don't know, you know? It's so difficult. But something that's kind of interesting is that 80% of schizophrenics are addicts. I really want to go and let's see, how many more Butterfingers do I have? I've got 2 more Butterfingers. Let me see if there's, you know, I normally see people sleeping over heading down that way, so I'll go down towards the ferry building, see if I see anybody setting up for the night and give them the Butterfingers. But yeah, I don't know, you know. I mean, it's I don't know if there is a solution for your brother, unfortunately. But it's one of those situations, you know, not every problem can be solved, you know, it can be avoided. But, you know, hopefully it left an impression with you to where that's not going to happen anymore. I mean, where you know, you'll intervene if you ever see anyone else you care about starting to head down that path. Because once you go down, you're trapped, you know? Although, you know, I have seen some amazing recoveries, but not from meth. There was this guy who was over inside the homeless shelter when I went there. He was addicted to heroin. And, you know, he had the heroin body, you know. Then I saw him out on the streets, like his eyes were all wide. He was just straight crackhead, you know. And I was like, wow. It was crazy how he changed, you know. He kind of looked like, if you see, what is it? The Little Mermaid. You know, when what's the name of that octopus lady? I forget. But anyhow, when she gets the trident and turns the king into this weird little ghoulie thing, that's kind of what he looked like, you know. I thought that was it. He was done for. Then I saw him later, after he cleaned up, and it was crazy. He was bigger than he had ever been. He looked so like strong and healthy. Then he had cleaned up. I mean, unfortunately, he did get hepatitis during his years of doing heroin. But I mean, it was really amazing how much he was able to recover once he's off his. Yeah, Ursula. Let's see. One time a guy came out of nowhere in the rain and just on our back came just on our back porch staring in. I'm kind of crossing the street, so it's hard to focus. He was young, well dressed. I'm not sure if he was on drugs or was schizophrenic, but let's see. But he said people were chasing him and he wanted water. He acted like he wanted to climb our porch and didn't really respond to questions. Yeah, could be either one. Could be on drugs, could be schizophrenia, could be on drugs and have schizophrenia, you know? But, hold on. But yeah, that's pretty scary. You know, actually, you know, I'm always listening to radio shows and podcasts and stuff, but it reminds me, there's this person who called in to Loveline back in the day, and she, like, had some sexual issues. She said, well, when I was, I forget what she said, she was like 9 or something along that age, like, I used to always be scared at night. I used to always think that there was someone there in the room, and I'd always run over into my parents' room screaming and crying, saying that there was someone there, and they never believed me. But then one time I turned on the light in the middle of the night, and there was a guy standing there at the foot of my bed, and I screamed, and my dad went over and chased him out. It turned out that there had been a homeless man who had been staying inside my basement, and he was climbing through the rafters. And somehow he had gotten. She was saying that he had gotten through the building, and there was some sort of exit that he was able to crawl through in her room. And so he was doing that at night, every night for who knows how long. And yeah, since then she was just terrified of of sleeping next to men or something along those lines. Let's see. Lamb Chop, what are your favorite podcasts? Well, actually, you know, nowadays I listen to mainly old radio shows. So, like, Loveline is obviously something that I like to listen to. Back in the old days, back when Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew were, like, somewhat normal, reasonable people. I've been, you know, just because so many comedians came out of Opie and Anthony, I've been listening to some of those old podcasts. I mean, not podcasts, all of those old radio shows. You know, I used to listen a lot to the Monday morning podcast with, you know, that's Bill Burr's, but it's just him kind of rambling. So after a while of just listening to a person ramble, I mean, I just kind of move on. So I go and still scope it out every once in a while when he's got some guests there. I used to listen to to Joe Rogan's podcast like all the time, the Joe Rogan Experience. I used to listen to it kind of religiously. But again, for me, I could only listen to one person for so long before, you know, I've kind of heard enough. So like nowadays, if there's somebody that I really am interested in on this show, I'll listen to it. You know, specifically comedians or fighters. But you know, too many times I'm listening to the Joe Rogan podcast and it eventually goes into the same thing, like, oh yeah, it's entirely possible that this is all a simulation, you know? Or like another one of the things he likes to say over and over again is like, oh yeah, the universe is so vast that like there is another version of us sitting here talking and doing the same thing, you know, and just hearing the same stuff, the same thing over and over. Back when Brian was there, Brian Redband, which was kind of the person who helped him out back in the day with the podcast, he used to kind of distract him when he would start going down these rabbit holes, but that kind of pissed Joe off and he got rid of him. Hold on, I see somebody here with a bunch of recycling. Maybe I could give him you want a Butterfinger? Here you go. Happy Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
See, he's got a little setup over there. He's got his recycling all around him and like a stolen bin over there. But what was I saying? Yeah. So yeah, I used to listen, especially way back in the day before it, back when he was on like, it's not Ustream, what was it, Justin TV or something like that, and I can't even see those anymore. Back when they were just sitting on a couch, it was crazy. Let's see, what else was there? What other, do I listen to other podcasts? Oh, I listen to stuff, you know, MMA related stuff. I listen to from time to time. I used to watch oh, you know what? Here's another one. I used to watch the TriStar Gym channel. And again, you know, with Faraz Sahabi, who's an MMA coach. He was, or he is, George St. Pierre's coach, and Rory McDonald and other famous MMA fighters. So I'd watch that. But, you know, I got sort of a sense of of what he's all about, listen to his various views on philosophy, and after a while I just feel like I kind of get it, you know, and it kind of just becomes repetitive, so I move on. I really enjoy listening. This is a much smaller channel than even mine. What's his name? It's called Grange TV. It's got the UFC middleweight champion, at least as of right now, Bobby Knuckles, aka Robert Whitaker, and his coach. That can be pretty funny when people just ask, like they're asking this guy who's at the top of his sport, like the very best in the world as of right now. They're asking him the most ridiculous questions, and it's just hilarious. You know, like the viewers, and I think it's pretty crazy that somebody of that caliber could be on a channel with only like, was that 4,500 subscribers, yet they're doing like these, you know, hour-and-a-half podcasts. But anyhow, there's that. I'd also watch. So I used to watch Bloody Elbow's Care Don't Care preview, but then they changed the format a bunch of times, and it doesn't have the original people there, and I don't really respect the opinions of a few of the people on there any longer, so I don't watch that. I'll watch the If the Shoes Fit from time to time. Yeah, that's basically it. Hold on. He's got some. You want a Butterfinger?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you, brother.
There you go.
God bless you.
Happy Chinese New Year.
Thank you. Okay. It's from the parade. What parade? The Chinese parade.
Yeah, the parade is over. It was this weekend.
The Chinese parade?
Yeah.
On next year?
Yeah, but if it was raining, so it wasn't too big, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
But Chinese New Year is on Tuesday, so there might be another one on Tuesday. So that's today's Sunday.
Okay, thank you, brother.
All right, no problem. You too. Yeah. Okay, so anyhow, I got distracted and was talking for a while. Let's see. When he developed... Okay, hold on. There's a lot of questions. Favorite podcast? What do you think about Prop C? I don't know. I'd have to get more information. Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. When my brother used to be a teen, he wanted to be a rapper and be able to meet his inspirations like Jay-Z and Dr. Dre. Oh man, listen. I mean, I know what it's like. It's good to have ambitions, you know. Oh, you're talking about your brother who's all messed up, though. I mean, to this day, I still kind of have childish dreams, though. I mean, like, you know, I wish I would be able to start a podcast with somebody, or eventually be a guest on these podcasts that I listen to. But, you know, that's probably not going to happen. When he developed... So, sorry, I got distracted. He wanted to be meet his inspirations like Jay-Z and Dr. Dre. When he developed schizophrenia, he turned into a military informant. Oh, man, I got a story to tell you, too. And works for the Pentagon and is in connection with Area 51. I don't even know. But he thinks he's an American serving his country and has a secret hatred for black people. It's a long story on how he hates them. What's going on with you? I'm down. Joe Billings, where you at? Outside the Montgomery station. Oh yeah, we're just trying anything we can to distract him from his addiction. Have you seen any Alex Jones video? I know he's crazy, but I find him hilarious, especially when he said lobsters are physic. I think you mean psychic. Yeah, I've seen some hilarious videos. You know, I don't know. I have people who take him seriously. I mean, it's just an entertainment thing. I don't know. But yeah, I've seen a few highlights. Obviously, I don't watch his show. I mean, because it's a weird combination of sort of like fear-mongering and like sort of some various religious values mixed with sort of just paranoid yeah, just sort of paranoid ramblings. But I don't know. I mean, obviously I don't think he believes most of what he says, and I think that it's sort of, again, it is kind of an entertainment product. He's got to find one reason or another to yell on a regular basis. But yeah, I've known people, oops, you know, the person who I used to live with who was schizophrenic, who believed everything Alex Jones said, and was a regular. He would regularly call in to Alex Jones, and he would anything Alex Jones said he would do. Alex Jones says, buy gold. So you go over and you buy gold from Alex Jones's connections. Obviously, Alex Jones gets a cut of that, and has gotten very well off because of that. But he'd go and buy gold, buy coins. You know, they would. He would talk. He would call these people they would be buying gold from online, talk to them, and say like, "Oh yeah, you know, I heard about you guys from Alex Jones." They on the line instantly knew that he was a rube, and they're like, "Ah, you're a patriot," you know. And then that made him feel extra special, and that let them know that they could rip him off with some worthless coins. But for some reason the comments all disappeared. Oh, there it goes. And then let's see. So that's I felt like I was gonna say something else. Oh, but I was reading about Lalam, about his. There was a person when I was over in. Guerrero House, which is after I had stayed in the homeless shelter. I went to this place called Guerrero House. There was a person there named Nate, and he seemed pretty normal. But he was roommates with this guy with schizophrenia named Antoine. I've talked about it numerous times. In fact, he's the one who buys everything that Alex Jones talks about, whether it be health products that are kind of bunk or water filters or whatever. He'll buy anything. But anyhow, he was roommates with him, and he was really on one back in the day. He was like really racist against white people, thought they worked for the government. Antoine was black, or is black, but he thought that that white people all worked for the CIA, and Bill Gates. He thought Bill Gates was evil, and Bill Gates was trying to steal from him, trying to steal his inventions. And he said he had all these inventions, although he was functionally illiterate. But he would read up patents and just kind of look at the diagrams and feel like they were stealing his inventions. But he used to always tell people like, "Hey, you work for the CIA, you're an agent," you know. And he would just repeatedly say that. So eventually, Nate had snapped. He just kept saying that, and then Nate turned around like, "Dude, I'm not an agent," you know. He just kept saying that. Like I said, they're roommates, so who knows? That must be going on all night. Antoine would be gone, and he'd be hearing stuff, and he would turn around and be like, "Dude, I'm not an agent. I'm not." It's like, I didn't say anything. I was just watching TV here. Like, I'm not an agent. He just kept saying that. And then, like, you know, we would watch TV some more, and then he would like get up and look out the window. It's like, "You hear that?" I was like, "What?" He's like, I hear whispering." It's like, "No, I don't hear anything." And And that's basically, yeah, I was there to see him snap. And then later on, I saw him years later, and he was like wide-eyed, you know, like he was mixed. He was like black and white. He was pretty pale, and he had like these eyes that were like I don't remember him having eyes that color, but when I saw him, like, again, he had like pale blue eyes, and they were just wide open. It's like, hey, what's going on? And yeah, you know what they say, the eyes are the window to the soul. But anyhow, let me work my way back down the comments. Oh yeah, with the Alex Jones, I saw the gay frog memes. So Joe Billings, I'm a dock worker from Los Angeles, but I'm visiting. Oh, I hope you enjoy your stay. Atomic Gumbo Surprise. Hi Lee, love your channel. I think I've seen your username before. Alex Jones destroyed Joe Rogan today. I don't know. It's kind of weird. They got a little feud going on. They used to be best buddies, but Joe Rogan kind of took a turn on him, which he kind of subtly does sometimes. He kind of sees where the wind is blowing and changes his stance on things. But I think it all stemmed from Joey Diaz. Oh, that's another podcast I listen to from time to time. The Church of What's Happening Now with Joey Diaz. Oh, and also I listen to, from time to time also, I listen to Ari Shaffir, the Skeptic Tank. But anyhow, Joey Diaz went on the Alex Jones. No, it wasn't that. Joey Diaz was telling, what's his name? Eddie Bravo, which is, you know, jiu-jitsu practitioner. He's pretty famous, has his own gyms. 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, pretty famous. He's known for the twister. But anyhow, he is like super heavy into pot, and he's super heavy into conspiracies. And he will believe any conspiracy and will not believe any official information. But so Joe Rogan used to be way into conspiracies, used to be into like UFOs and other stuff, but then he kind of, I guess he's kind of sensitive to criticism, and kind of started listening to other people who were criticizing him, and sort of retracted on those stances and sort of became more based in reality. But Eddie Bravo is still big into the conspiracies. So I guess he was kind of thinking, like, why Joe change? And Joey Diaz, which is a comedian, for you guys who don't know, was also a friend of both of them, was saying, hey, yeah, Joe's an informant. Joe's an informant for the CIA. That's why he's saying that stuff. And really got into his head and started getting him to think. He was pointing out random cars and be like, yes, he's tapped. These people are listening to him. So he went over into Alex Jones, he being Eddie Bravo, who was a big Alex Jones fan, and told Alex Jones, like, you know, I hear that Joe Rogan's an informant now. And he's telling him during a break or something, or when they went out to eat. Hey, what's going on? Hey! Yes, I'm doing a live stream. What's going on? I've been looking for you. Destin.
Same old.
Yeah, what's going on? Right? Oh, man, I wish I had a Butterfinger for you. I was giving them out earlier.
Oh, it's okay, man. I've been eating, but how's everything going?
It's going good. How'd it go with your ID? Did you ever get your ID back?
No.
How would you get your ID back?
I would just go to, like, I can even get it free because I'm homeless.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, they give out vouchers for, you know, if you're homeless, they'll give you, like, a little slip that says, you know, you're indigent, and you just take it to the DMV, they give you a free ID.
Oh, okay. I thought,
everybody.
Yo, what's going on? For you guys that don't know, this is Destin from my first live stream.
Yeah.
I gave you a T-shirt.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
How things, have you seen or talked to your daughter?
Yeah, I talked to her every few days. Everything's going good. Yeah, everything's going good with her. She's 8 now, and yeah, she's doing good. You know, she's in karate classes, swimming lessons.
Oh yeah.
Just everything.
Yeah.
So she's doing really good. Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You know.
You look good.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been, you know, going had my ups and downs with my drug usage and stuff, but I'm getting it under control, and hopefully very, very soon. I've been praying that.
Are you in a place right now?
No. Remember my?
Yeah, I told you. I remember you said you stayed by Glide.
Yeah.
I actually looked for you.
Oh, really?
I looked for you a couple times because I was like, I gotta help him get his ID because you were telling me that story.
I stopped staying around there because every time I went to sleep, they just steal everything.
Yeah,
so
that's how it is.
I stay like a block or two down from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my fault. I'm on the street. That's why I can't be all, mad about it and been out of shape. It's, I've been procrastinating.
What do you do about the rain? It's been raining.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it has been. I still work through it. I'm getting really good with the recycling. I make about 150, 180 bucks a day.
Okay.
Recycling. So even if it's raining, I'm still working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're able to get food. But what do you do? They always take, if you ever get a blanket, they're going to take it away from you, right?
Oh, no, not stuff like that.
You got a
there-
backpack?
No.
No, you don't?
No. But right there, where I told you at Glide, it's literally going up towards O'Farrell, the next building. It's that apartment building. That's where my friend stays, and I have everything there. Like,
Oh, I got you.
yeah, like right now I prepared a bag. It's like a pouch. I put my blanket, my clothes for tomorrow, hygiene.
Oh, you got all that.
Yeah, so in the morning I take it back.
And then, does your friend use to?
No.
No, he doesn't. So that's a clean place.
Yeah.
Okay.
He used to for like years, but so that's motivation and stuff for me.
Yeah.
Good influence because he doesn't use he smokes pot, but
Yeah.
hey, it's medicine.
Here, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it's good seeing you. I noticed you right away and stuff, So
Yeah.
I hope things continue going good, and I hope I hope you blow up and get.
Well, I don't know if I will, because I'm pretty small. Like, even still, when I first did it, how many people I had? Like 25. Now I got
15 or 16.
Oh, okay, I got 19.
Oh, wow.
not so big.
Moving on up.
Well, yeah, slightly. Yeah,
well, yeah,
but
just keep doing what you do. Whatever you got into doing this for, and hey, it'll all work out.
yeah.
This is an interesting city, so there's more than enough stuff around here.
Are you still going up and down from SoCal back up here, or you're just staying here?
Actually, my dad, this month, he was claiming me on his taxes, me and my daughter.
Okay.
So he says he's going to send me like $500 or $600. So I'm probably going to go up and down then because, for plenty of reasons, but it made me kind of sad because, the mother of my daughter has visits with my daughter.
Yeah.
Because my mom has custody of our daughter. So she got a visit the other day, and she brought my mom, the mother of my daughter, brought my mom some pictures, right, of me and my daughter. So she showed them to my mom and my daughter, and my daughter thought it was her uncle. Thought it was my brother.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and she goes, no, that's her dad.
Yeah.
So it kind of hurt, like, dang, she doesn't know what.
Yeah, when they're that young, a year is a long time, and it's been a long time, right? Since
it's been like 3 years.
Yeah, that's huge. You said she's 8 now.
Yeah.
She was 5 when you saw her last.
And when she was 5, that was the first time I saw her in 2 years.
Yeah, that's rough, man. That's really rough.
But we still have a connection, like a bond, like no other. Really, a real. But I have to be there physically, not just emotionally and stuff like that. I have to really be there. So it's something I'm working on.
Yeah, I mean, you still got. I still see so much potential in you, man. You're there. You're with it. I mean, you look good. I would hate to see you continue to slide down the addiction path.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I mean, you still could have a full life. I mean, I was talking to somebody whose brother is just like beyond gone. I mean, his mind is gone and everything. I mean, I've seen people who are worse than you who bounce back. So I really hope that you're able to get out of it.
I will.
I mean,
no ifs, ands, or buts.
like with you're it's only heroin that you're doing, right? No, you're doing it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time I saw you had a hypodermic needle.
That's my main struggle.
Yeah.
I dip and dabble with everything, but that's just like my main struggle.
You're not on methadone, right?
No, I was the last 2 times I was here. I was clean for a year. My first time I came here, I was clean for a year on methadone. And I went home thinking I was ready. And then I went back home and went right to it. You know, there was a reason for it. You know, I transferred my methadone clinic down there, but for some reason they couldn't dose me because something happened with them faxing my paperwork, and they just wouldn't dose me. So what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
You know, you're not supposed to stop taking medicine. It's
well,
it's highly.
I guess the methadone is hard, right? Because it's more. The addiction, the withdrawal is longer than it is with heroin.
It's longer and...
so, like, if you get on methadone, you're stuck on methadone.
No, not necessarily, because the doctor has you tapering down a few milligrams a week. So
that sounds difficult. I mean...
It'll be uncomfortable,
yeah,
but you will not experience any severe symptoms.
Yeah,
You'll
well...
be uncomfortable, you'll be a little moody, but you're not going to be, you know...
So are you hooked on anything else? Like, you could stop anything else, it's just that's the one.
Yes. And like I said, I stopped before, but it's just, you know, with the condition of my back, I don't know if you've heard that I've been in 3 car accidents.
No, I hadn't heard about
3 car accidents, a dirt bike accident, and a snowboard accident. I fractured my spine in a car accident. I fractured 3 ribs. I broke 3 ribs in a snowboard.
Yeah.
And and I broke my collarbone in a dirt bike accident.
So then they put you on stuff like what, Oxycontin
when I
or
was 16
something?
years old, they put me on Percocet 5 milligram.
Yeah.
Because my sister and her boyfriend died in the car accident. I don't know if I told you that. But
Were you the only one alive in that?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
how old were you?
I was 16.
And so you never did anything before that, or you did?
Yeah, I did weed. Caught, a few Vicodins once in a while. Crystal meth, but nothing serious. I do it maybe once a week, and I would come down so hard I would hate it. So
I actually heard that when the people who do crystal meth do it like once a week or a few times a week. Not crazy,
I
but
just did it because my friends did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, once my sister died, I was smoking weed like a savage, and I would just do anything.
Were you depressed?
Yeah, I went into crying spells for off and on for a long time.
How old was she?
She was 21.
21, and was she the one driving?
No, she was in the passenger. And if she...
So it was her boyfriend who was... who was the other person in the car?
Her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend.
And I survived because I was ejaculated from the car. They had their seatbelts on, and it was a convertible. So when they tumbled or barreled like 3 times. So I don't know what happened to him, but she got head trauma. And, from that...
Did you also were launched from there too? But you...
I was launched from the car. I wasn't wearing my seatbelt.
Did you get knocked out?
No.
No, you didn't. Okay, so you were there the whole time.
Yeah.
Was this at night or during the day?
This was during the day.
Oh wow! So there's people. So people came right away then, right?
Yeah, and so yeah, I just doctor put me on Xanax, Paxil for depression, Lexapro, and I started having really from the meds. I started having really crazy dreams, side effects. I started getting mood.
Yeah, I used to be on antidepressants too, and I just felt like dead.
Yeah, and I think the doctor, even though I was in crazy pain, like hardcore pain, the doctor is the reason why I do have a drug addiction today. Yeah,
that's how a lot of people get hooked. But I mean, I've heard, I know when you're getting off that stuff, you feel a lot of pain. But I heard a lot of that pain is actually the symptoms of your addiction, the withdrawal. You will feel these body aches, but after you're completely clean, it'll go away.
Yeah, because the medicine, it takes control over your pain receptors in your body.
Yeah.
So they're kind of numbed by the substance. So yeah, once it's leaving your system, then you'll still be asleep. Your pain receptors won't work until another week or 2. So that's why you're feeling so much pain, because your body doesn't have the natural ability to fight its pain.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, because I've heard people who get when you get off heroin, it takes like what 3 days to get clean from heroin.
It's out of
like
your
the
system in
withdrawal.
3 days.
Yeah,
But the
those are
withdrawal
yeah
is about 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
I heard with methadone, it's like it could be months.
Mine was like 22 days the first time, like 27 days the other time. They were both
Okay.
in county jail.
So you've been completely clean.
Yeah.
What brought you back?
Up here?
No, I mean like what brought you back into your addiction?
My location.
And being around the same old stuff.
Yeah. Down in Orange County.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you feel like it would be easier for you here in San Francisco? I mean, I see needles all over the ground.
The is good.
It's about the quality.
Yeah. You know, literally when I was here, I told you the first time I got clean for a year. I tried it like 12, 15 different times, and I just refused it because it was garbage.
Yeah.
Went all around the city, you know, and I just stopped taking offers because I already knew.
So, do you know if you've caught anything from doing that stuff?
Yes, I do. You know, I'm aware. You know, the doctor tests me frequently.
Yeah. Are you all good, or you got problems? You know, maybe you don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
I'm all good.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I've gotten like one STD in the past. They gave me like a pill for a week to get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know somebody who got clean, but you know, he got hepatitis from injecting.
Yeah, I know a couple friends with that stuff. You know. But yeah, man, I just wanted to say hey and stuff.
What do you want any food or anything? You want me to get you anything?
No, it's okay, man.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I work for, you know. That's one thing about what I told you I'm happy about is I got myself. I manage my
your needs.
Yeah, you know, I'm not struggling. I'm not like desperate. You know, like I'm not like fucking down in the dumps like a lot of these addicts are. You know, like I see how some of these people live out here, and that's what makes. Oh yeah, that's why it's easier for me in San Francisco, because to see these people how they live out here, it turns me off to the way of life. You know, I don't want to be a part of like that. So, you know, really, it kind of scares me. You know, it scares me straight. Because down in Orange County, it's like, you know...
You don't see that stuff.
There's homeless people, you know, but they're on, like, train tracks.
Yeah.
Like, you'll get arrested if you have a tent in Orange County. You're going to jail. They're not going to say, hey, clean it up.
Yeah.
You're going to jail. So, like, you know, you don't see that type of stuff on the streets. It's all fun and games. And it's, you know...
Yeah, that's scary, too, because... you get locked up and like you lose your tolerance. You get back out on the street, you shoot up your usual dose and die.
Yeah.
So I know somebody whose girlfriend got out of jail and went and stayed at his place and died in the bed next to him. And like, you know, she had the, you know, just from overdose, had the foam. Like he went over and she was cold and she had rigor mortis. She was stiff.
That's the scariest thing in the world.
Yeah. So it makes me happy every time I see you, and I hope that someday I'm going to see you and you'll be like, I turned it all around, I'm all good. But then again, if you turn it all around, you're probably going to be over around your daughter, right? So, do you feel ashamed? Is that why you're not seeing your daughter?
Well, like I told you, I feel like I've been getting healthier and better.
Yeah.
I do feel like I am now, as of now, I feel like I'm able to, I'm presentable.
Yeah.
You know, but these last, because I've been here for about 13, 14 months now in San Francisco, you know?
Yeah.
It went by really fast, but the first 6, 8 months, I wouldn't even call home.
Yeah.
Because I was ashamed of the way I was living, you know? Like my family, like down there, like, we have it all. You know, my mom lives in Dana Point. It's a really nice beach city. You know, it's just, you know, like really good way of life, quality of life. And
do your parents know about how you're struggling?
with addiction?
in general out here on the streets, you know.
I'm not really struggling.
Well,
they know all
but
of
you're
my
sleeping
struggles in the
outside,
past.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you hang out with your friend, right?
But
For a while you were
but
outside.
The thing is, I don't know if you could take this as the truth. It is absolutely by choice. Like, I have people walk by me daily, several times a day, telling me, you know, to come over, and you know, but sometimes it's, you know, for sex or to get high or whatever. But I do have a couple friends that would just, not friends. I do have a couple people that I deal with that I can show up on the daily, you know, and stay there. But like that I feel will make me. There's reasons why I don't, you know. So me sleeping on the street, it's entirely by choice. So yeah, I put myself in the position to be on the street, but you know, I don't mean to sound like I'm in denial or anything, you know, because me, I still don't consider myself homeless, even though I'm living on the streets, you know, because I have a home. I just talked to my mom today, and my sister, she made a joke. My mom told me because my sister's best friend lives here in San Francisco. I knew her when I was young, and she said she's gonna fax her flyers for her to put up to bring me home, and there's gonna be a reward.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, I thought it was kind of funny. I was like, tell her she better not.
Yeah.
Because they're going to put up flyers. But I think it was a joke.
Yeah.
But, you know, but my sister lives out in Colorado. That's where I went to college. My daughter was born.
So that's okay. How many siblings do you have?
I'm the youngest out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah. And, so, yeah. But yeah, my parents know of everything I'm going through, and my dad just called me about last month, the 20th, and he told me that he's was claiming me the taxes, and he said, hey, do you want me to send you $500, or do you want me to put down a month on a hotel so you have somewhere to stay up there? And they'll send me $500, you know, I have places to stay.
I don't. It's going to be hard to find a month in a hotel for $500
No,
here.
no,
you know?
that's why he said.
Yeah.
Because he'll pay.
Oh, he said
money
or. Oh,
if
okay, I
don't
got
want
you.
the cash.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I got my school loan for $4,700. He told me, give me $1,000 bucks. I'm gonna put down $3,000 on the car. You know, if I make the right choice, he'll put down, you know, on his end. But yeah, it's just my parents know what's up. It's just sometimes my mom blows things out of proportion.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell her something that I'm going through, and instead of her waiting till the end of the story to know the outcome, the first thing she hears is, oh my God, and that's what my whole family hears. So it's like, you know, she knows, but to her it's like, she doesn't really know that, I know what I'm okay, but I'm just, I'm like, unsure, you know, I'm unsure what to do. That's why my mom and my daughter have a counselor that she wants me to get a hold of, because he'll support me every step of the way, whether it's talking to me to find out what I'm going to do, pay the ticket to do this, or to put down whatever, you know. I just need to make that step. But you know, the first step, the only reason I'm here is to get clean. So the sleeping on the street part, that's irrelevant. Or whether I'm sleeping in the Palace Hotel, that's irrelevant. Yeah. It's the decisions, the choices I'm making with the problem in my life.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, right? It's crazy because, like, it's so close yet so far. Like, if you really think about it, all you got to do is just not do something. Yeah. All your problems go away. Yeah. That's all you got to do.
Like, I told
but then it's so hard to do that one thing.
Last year, February, okay? My mom's birthday is February 19th. Last year, I told my mom, hey Mom, I'm going to go to a program on your birthday. A year has passed by.
You could catch the next one, right?
And I'm talking about the same shit. It's like, yeah, it's simple but not easy.
Do you feel like you're trapped in a cycle? We're like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and it's just, you know what I mean? Absolutely. Like you're in that ready to do it part, but it's hard to get. You know what I mean?
I was sure.
Yeah.
I was positive. You know, I was just certain
Yeah.
that was my last shot.
Yeah.
I just happened to get well and fucking, you know, and handle my business. But then the next morning I wake up and all my shit's gone. I don't have my weed. I don't have my Suboxone. I'm going through this. The pain's unbearable. Oh, this and that. And it's like, you know, and there's a few things, you know, that I could do to make it simpler, but less or more for instance, like my mom told me, she's like, why don't you just go to the hospital and tell them you're suicidal, that way you could detox.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's smart, you know.
I had actually done that when I was a kid, not
Yeah.
detoxed, but anyhow, go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what, that would have worked, but I just don't want to put myself through that, you know? Like, not only because it's lying, but because it's like, I don't know. I just, I don't know. I know I don't have that much time to waste, you know?
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's up to you, right? Nobody can make you go, nobody can make you sober but you know? And as much as other people around you want you to, it's got to be a decision that you make yourself. Because even if they force you, right? If you got thrown in jail and had no choice but to be clean, I mean, it's ultimately, you got to decide, you know what, I'm sick and tired of this. Like, you just got to get, what I've heard from people who've gotten clean is they just get disgusted with themselves. And like, that's it. They hit this moment. And then from that point on, they're done. But you got to hit that moment. But in the meantime, you're kind of stuck in this halfway zone where you're kind of, you know, you're still getting affected physically by this stuff.
Yeah, I would,
you know?
just, you know, if I was to do cold turkey, I would definitely have to get into better shape first. You know, like build my muscles up and, you know, stuff like that. Because when you go to withdrawal, you know, you need to be in shape. You know, especially with my nerve damage, my back and all that. I don't mean to make excuses, but I'm telling you, like.
Well, there's always going to be a reason why you shouldn't.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more reasons why you should.
Yeah.
I think no matter what your condition is, you can only get better by going clean. Because a lot of those problems that you're going through, I know you're going to have the pain, you're coming back, but you're only going to get worse physically the longer you don't get clean. So, do you go through any counseling or anything like that? Do they offer any therapy or anything?
Who's they?
Just like, do you know of any services that are
I've
available?
actually done it before. I went to a school. My mom paid $1,700 a month.
Whoa.
The Hope Institute in Costa Mesa, Orange County. And
did you find it useful, or it wasn't?
no, I
You didn't connect with the person, or you?
I wouldn't take it serious, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't take it serious. When I was young, you know, my mom gave me way too much slack. Let's make our own decisions, you know. Even though my dad was in a hard position because I'm the only one he claimed as a son. Mm-hmm. Even though he took us all in, bought us all dirt bikes, he took us all to SeaWorld, Disneyland, Knott's, Universal Studios, everything. He took us all in, but because he met my mom when she was pregnant with me, I was his son, even though I'm not his son. But it would make it hard for him to discipline me, because if my other brothers found out that he would like do anything to me, you know, my brother was older, like he wasn't having that stuff.
So your original dad, the dad of you and all of your brothers was out of the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the stepfather for all of you guys.
Yes.
Okay, I was just not sure if it was a Brady Bunch type deal where there's half and half. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it put him in a hard position to discipline me and stuff like that, because, you know, that's exactly what I needed, was discipline, you know. Like, he would try when it was just me and him, you know. I don't think he did it the right way, you know. He kind of lash out, and that's
just snap.
Yeah, that's what led to him having to move away when I was 16. Yeah.
So they split up too.
They had to.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do, and I remember he hit me, and my whole forehead busted open, blood everywhere, and I was just so scared because he hit me like I was a fucking adult or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like literally, it knocked me back into the chair, and I was dizzy.
Yeah, my dad nearly knocked me out when I was a kid too. How old were you when he did 16? You said?
Yeah, I think this is like right before. No, this is right at. I think my sister was still alive. But
Yeah.
yeah, he hit me, and I would talk to my real dad for like on the phone. I had never seen him, or I saw him once when I was 13. I saw him once. He came to visit, and he wanted to get all close and stuff. Like I remember he came to visit. They picked me up from school.
Yeah.
They took me out of class early, and I remember walking to my mom's car. He was standing there.
Yeah.
And I just...
And you're like, who's this guy?
Yeah. I'm like, I just knew who it was, you know? And for, like later that night, he makes us like a bed in the living room. Like, yeah, you know, sleep in here with me tonight. I was like, okay. Go through the back door. I fucking get to my friend's house.
Yeah.
Like, hell no, you know? But anyways, we talked and stuff, but...
Did you feel angry at him at the time, or you just felt like he was trying to be too close and you didn't know him?
He was trying to be too close to him.
Well, you know, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but you're kind of doing the same thing right now with your daughter.
Well,
I mean, like, she doesn't recognize you anymore.
The thing is, I know the story behind my father.
Because you're living it.
No, like, I know that, like, okay, my father used to, you know, beat my mom and my brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my mom and my brothers and sisters, and that's why they split up.
So he wasn't on any, he wasn't an addict?
No, he wasn't. Nor was my mom. My mom never did drugs in her life. But yeah, and with me and my daughter, the mother of my daughter got the police called, and we both got arrested. And I was bailed out. I fought it from the outside. Got the charges dropped because I didn't do anything. She pled guilty to get out that day, and
so she beat you too?
Huh?
Why were the cops called?
Because she was pulling me to come back. She was smoking meth in the bathroom, and I woke up, just me and my daughter, and her and her friend were smoking meth in the bathroom. So I told her, I was like, look, I'm gonna go get us some breakfast, and I was like, you need to fucking, you know, air this place out. It was in the bathroom though, not in the room, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, you need to clean that shit up, and I really can't believe you. I was like, I'll be back in like an hour, you know? And she just started freaking out because she thought I was gonna leave her. So I was walking her to Denny's, and she was pulling my arm, like, no, come back. No, go. And somebody called the police saying we were playing tug of war with our daughter.
Oh,
like,
okay.
he thought she was pulling her leg or something.
So somebody was peeking through the window?
No,
like...
he was sitting right there. I saw him looking. I didn't care. I wasn't doing anything.
Okay.
I was taking my daughter to Denny's.
Yeah, okay.
And, you know, my charges got dropped. Hers didn't. But, just, while I was fighting it, you know, she had to be in my mother's custody. So, and technically after like a month or something, she had to get guardianship. And, you know, so my daughter absolutely understands we all have an understanding. So, you know, I was forced into the position we're in. I didn't push my family away, and I didn't walk away from my family like my father. So,
yeah.
You know, I forgive you for making that.
I'm sorry I upset you with that, but I was just trying to...
upset me. You misunderstood me.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I had confused your story with somebody else's. I know somebody else who's homeless. He was telling me that you know, he's got problems with addiction, and I asked him about his dad. He said his dad was an alcoholic. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I thought I put that on you. That was not you.
Marine. He was a fucking sheriff. He was a sheriff. He was an ex-Marine. All types of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both my parents were always clean. They never did anything.
Yeah. your siblings are all good too?
Yeah, now they're all clean.
They used to have problems too.
Yes.
Your parents helped them with that?
No, my parents are not good.
So have you ever?
I think money.
It fixes everything.
Yeah, they used to just give me money after money after money.
Yeah.
To pay rent at this place, and I'd go spend it on dope. 3 days later, I'd be like, "Hey, this happened," or I didn't like the place, and I never even got the place.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Oh, the roommate was fucking threatening me. He's from a fucking different gang. I need, you know, can you?" And she would just give me, you know, it was ridiculous. So.
Have you ever asked your brothers or sisters about how they got off? How they got clean?
No. They never did heroin.
Well, they did other stuff, right?
Yeah. I
Still,
can stop doing other stuff right now.
yeah.
Like I said, they didn't go through the same thing I went through.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay. Still, I mean, they are your siblings, you know? They went through the same upbringing, you know?
Yeah, they tried. You know, my oldest brother, he tried to take me out to his property in Temecula. He has property out there with like 2 motorcycles and some other stuff. All our dirt bikes are out there. You know, we all have dirt bikes. And he told me that he was gonna pick me up and take me over there because he had a place in Orange County. Oh yeah, he was living with my mom at this time. My mom moved into a 1-bedroom now with my daughter. But this is back at the house in Laguna Hills where we all lived. But I'm gonna wrap it up short because I'm starting to get memories.
All right.
I don't really want to get. But,
Sorry.
Yeah, but anyways, he told me that he was gonna take me out to his property and that I was gonna kick. You know that, and he was gonna search me before I went there, so that he made sure that I had no drugs.
Yeah.
But at the time I was on Xanax. That was a 6-year-long, like 5 or 6 years that I was on it. Okay, a doctor will tell you not to stop taking Xanax. Okay, opiates, like heroin and painkillers, it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be uncomfortable, but it won't kill you.
Yeah.
Xanax, the withdrawal will kill you. The sudden stopping of Xanax will send you into cardiac arrest, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It could be fatal. Definite serious possibility of being fatal. So my brother said that since I didn't take him up on his offer to move out to the fucking desert to kick, that I was a piece of shit and that I don't give a fuck about my daughter because I didn't think that was the right way, which my mother and my father agreed. You know.
Did you stop talking to him after that?
He stopped talking to me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So he wrote you off.
We've talked since.
Okay.
You know, both my brothers have my daughter, like, every weekend. Like, my brother just took my daughter up to Big Bear. My brother has a cabin up there. There's all types of properties and shit, you know. But yeah, Lee, I gotta go make some money, man.
All right, sorry about that.
No, it's okay, man.
Yeah. All right,
nice
then.
Talking, okay?
Nice to see you.
Hey, and how would you look up your channel? You just do
Lee's channel, yeah.
Channel?
I gotta... Yeah, look at your shirt. You just search on YouTube.
And how do you do it? See your live stuff? You just have to stream or whatever.
So you can subscribe to me. Do you have an account on YouTube?
No, I don't.
Oh, so we just make a free account, and you click the little subscribe button.
That's the only way you can see live, huh?
Well, you click a little bell, and then it'll let you know as soon as I'm live. It'll it'll send you an email.
Okay, cool.
So,
all
yeah.
Right, Lee. All right, well, thanks for talking. Okay?
All right, no problem.
All right, buddy.
All right, see ya. All right, there we go. Hope you guys liked all of that. You know, that was perfect timing because my phone's about to die, so I'm gonna take it off of the stabilizer for now. Whoop. And hook it up to the charger. My hand is actually like frozen too. That's hard to move. Let me get someplace where I could sit down and plug in my portable battery pack and look at some of the comments you guys must have been leaving. Okay. Oh no, there's Dookie here. Look at that. That is human feces. So maybe I won't sit over there. But I gotta get my battery pack out before this thing dies and the whole stream is lost. Here we go. Sorry about that. But yeah, it was good to see that guy. His name is Destin. If you look at the first live stream I did, or actually the first, I think it was Man on the Streets. He was not the very first guy that I talked to, but the first guy that I had a real back and forth with. But yeah, you know, he's originally from Orange County, came up here, and I saw him like 3 months after he came up here, and I saw him digging through the recycling. You know, as he said that's how he gets things done. But hold on, I'm about to get in the battery pack. It's a little bit hard because my fingers are stiff because I've been holding that that selfie stick / stabilizer for so long. I'm trying to do this as rapidly as possible. Here we go. Sorry for the hand view. There. Oops. I'm covering the camera again. Okay, so let me look at all the comments. I'm just gonna sit here. Okay. Okay. Oh god, Alex nailed into the wall about. Okay. Dude. Let's see. D Flores donated $2 through Super Chat. Thank you, D Flores. I'm going through all the comments while I try to bring my hand back to life. Thank you, Trans Donald. Black people are mostly N-words. What? Okay. Carlo Gambino, let's do a walk talk. Let's go, lol. We really need to think before we go to Red Lobster. I'm watching you, Lee's channel. Watch both eyes open, homie. Says OG Keezer. I want to manipulate his genetics. What? Okay. I think maybe I'm not going to read that stuff. Please show feet. No, I don't think he was barefoot, Chicken Yell. Joe Billy, I'm right behind you across the street, dude. Well, I'm not too far away. Why have a live feed if you can't respond to anyone? You know what? He was talking about some real stuff. And I didn't want to interrupt the flow, and I didn't want to be disrespectful to him as we were talking. Okay, he's been responding to everyone. Right, I asked to see his feet, but no response. Lamb Chop. Joe, can you go find him, or are you at work? He responds all the time. Okay. I just drove off. Okay. Keep it up, Judy. Lee, you should call this channel Lee's Night Out. Well, I don't want to be pigeonholed into doing it only at night. Oh, let's see. So, I've been streaming with this body cam. The battery's full now, so if anybody is later on watching this, yeah, that's the end of that. So I'll turn that off. Puts things into perspective. Tough stuff. Yeah, did he say just ejaculated from the car? I immediately knew that, but I wasn't going to correct him, you know. So I know a lady who works at the Cheetahs in West Hollywood. She was on black tar in the 90s. Now she's clean in addicted to tattoos. Yeah, well, you know what? The tattoos aren't exactly healthy either. I mean, there's a lot of heavy metal in there that can cause neurologic damage. Kat, everyone has a story, and so many of us just need a connection. And he wants to chat about his experiences. He's a clever guy. I hope he can get clean. He has a great future. Yeah, they're talking about fentanyl. That's true. Hey, chicken salad. What's going on? Kat, this could easily be turned into a docu-series. Well, it kind of is, right? I want to make highlights of all the stuff. I mean, you see on my channel I've done that, but the problem is I always get flagged when I do that, even though I'm just talking to people about real stuff, you know? Are we going to Chinatown like today? Well, check earlier, Carlo. Earlier in the stream, I was right there over in Chinatown. Okay, he's a cool family. I subbed you. Oh, maybe you're talking to Kat. Okay. I'm just going through all your comments trying. Let's see. Tell him to go see Shrimp Boy in Chinatown. I think that guy's behind bars. Are we still at Montgomery? Yeah, it's about that area. I'm looking at Kearney up over that way. And yeah, I was over at New Montgomery. Lee, ask him, does he like black tar, China white? What is he into? Well, I'm pretty sure you probably prefer China white over black tar, but yeah. Orange County, okay. That was an awesome interview. Thank you, Breezy Girl. That was a lot. Great conversation. Thank you. Yeah, so now I'm back. Okay, cool. So, I did read all your comments, although, who was it that got upset and left? Oh, well. Anyhow, I hope I didn't upset... I hope I didn't upset Destin too much. But, you know... I was trying to tell him something that he probably wouldn't hear from other people, you know, because, like I said, I wouldn't want to see him continue down this path, you know, because I've seen people go down it and it's not pretty. Right now I'm taking off the body cam because it's actually starting to irritate me. By start to, I mean like a couple hours ago it started to, and now it's just painful. Sorry about this. I know this is not exactly the most entertaining content in the world. But I just gotta do it for my own sake. I'm gonna try to be fast. What do you say? Do you sell those shirts, Lee? Yes, I do, DeFlores. Here, let me show you in detail, because I actually worked a long time on designing the logo and then redesigning it for the shirts. The color doesn't really come straight through, but it looks really nice in person. I have them. There's a link. If you check the description, it has a link to where you could buy them. I was doing a thing before. I used to always walk around with a bunch of shirts in my backpack, and if people donated money, I would give them out. But it only ever happened one time, and that was with Destin. And then after that, That was a wrap. Here's this guy that I saw earlier. Here, over there. Looked like he was rubbing blood onto paper or something like that. Let's see. How much? Well, I was selling the shirts for 25 bucks, but I may drop it to 20. The problem is it costs so much, you know, because I wanted to get the highest quality shirts and prints that I could. So they cost me a lot of money, but I realized people don't want to pay too much for a shirt. So the quality isn't apparent until after you've already bought it and got it in your hands. So maybe I should have made them a bit cheaper, but I wanted to make sure that they're all cotton and had the finest printing, you know. But yeah, so they're, as of right now, they're 25 bucks. But now that you mention it, I'll try to drop it to $20. But I spent 400 bucks, or maybe it was like 500. It was like 400 or 500 bucks on T-shirts, and sold one. And then somebody else on Patreon gave me hold on. Somebody over on Patreon gave me $100. Dylan Gray, and it was actually during a live stream. I got an email. Hold on, and so I sent him 2 T-shirts too, just out of thanks, you know, because yeah, with that much money, just to give it for nothing, you know. 25 works for me. Yeah, so I had printed out a few shirts. I don't know how many I have left. I probably have like 40 shirts left. So any size from small to extra large. You could click that link over in the description. I'm gonna get you some Fresno subscribers. Thank you. Hey, what's up, Chicken Salad? Yes, hi. Hi, Chicken Salad. I'm gonna buy one then tonight. Go ahead, you buy one and it'll be shipped directly from me. It's not like Teespring or something like where somebody else ships it. It's like Bill Burr back in the day. You know, Bill Burr used to, anytime people would buy a CD, he himself would personally mail out that CD, which is like ridiculous to think that you got like a national, even international headliner mailing off every CD that's sold. But hold on, I'm gonna zip up my jacket. Needed 2XL. See, yeah, I only went up to XL because, like I said, it was kind of it was a lot of money, especially because I don't really make any money. So the extra large sizes cost extra, so I wasn't able to do that. But I don't know if I'm able to sell the shirts, or at least enough to cover the cost that I've already invested in those shirts, I'll order more, and I'll order larger sizes. And well, they didn't have smaller sizes, but I'll try to order more for you. Are you on your way home? It looks cold and late. Yeah, well, it is cold, and I'm also sick, so I don't want to put too much stress on myself. And my hand is like, I'm trying to get the full motion back. Like, this is as fast, I'm moving as fast as I can. So I'm going over. Wow, it's so much warmer here. That's why it's a popular place to take a snooze. Cool, I'll keep a lookout. Yeah, if I can at least manage to break even, I will get more. There's a chill at. No. Okay, okay. Oh no, is it freezing again? Sorry about that. The stream was completely... Okay, there we go. So everything should be good again. All right, I'm heading in for the night to take care of you. Thank you. I will. So here I am. Hopefully everything's back with the stream. I just do my usual looky look. There's nothing here, so I'm going to switch it back. Dude should see not that sore this time. Let's see, Lee, it was great walking and talking with you. Get home safely. Take care, buddy. Thank you, web search single. If it's down, been a great night, and thanks, Lee. Hope for more soon. Take care. Oh, you guys, before you check out, you can go over to my Patreon and see tonight. Check out the alternate stream. That was my body cam. If you want to see things from a different perspective, it might be interesting to see. Good morning, Kazuaki Hirazu. Unfortunately, you came in towards the end of the stream. I really wish that I had the ability to just keep streaming this whole time, because, you know, the longer you stream, the more people you get in there. Right now, I'm just kind of wandering around through the BART station trying to see what I see. Hold on, there were some people that I wanted to thank, and I'll try to do so now. Hopefully the stream is still up and there's no problem here while I'm doing it. If you guys want to ask any questions, go ahead. I'm not going to go into the station right now. I enjoy watching you as always, Lee. See you next time. Thank you, Breezy Girl. Hello, Donald Marshall. Night, thanks for making me smarter. No problem. What? From Czech Republic? 5:40. Oh, it's 5:40 a.m. Let's see. Good night, Lee, and everyone. Also, thank you for your support. Thank you, Lam. Sorry to hear about your brother. Let me see what. Hold on. Oops, sorry about this. Quickly, I'm sorry for the perspective change, but I want to thank Brian Norby, Dylan Gray, Jan Frederick Dablos, Logan Sakai, Oying Nip, Paul Kelly, oh, well, Paul Kelly's just watching, but Trevor Gwynn for being patrons on my Patreon, and also Dat Boy and Paul Kelly again for being followers. So if you want to, you could be a follower for free over Patreon. Most of the stuff that I'm putting up on Patreon nowadays is free, and it's just basically the stuff that, for whatever reason, I get in trouble for putting on my main channel here on YouTube. So I'll put up stuff like me talking about when I was held hostage, and I'll get flagged, or you know, whatever, and I'll put it up over here. Or for some reason, if there's a live stream, like maybe this stream, for some reason there's a problem, it'll be available over there for free without an account or anything. So anyhow, let's go see what it looks like over inside the BART station before I see, I am losing my voice, before I get out of there. So I wonder what happened here. I mean, the bike's locked up, but everything's missing, both wheels and the seat. So I wonder, did the person take both wheels and the seat out of caution, or did he get ripped off? My feeling is, personally, he probably got ripped off, because normally you only take one tire in the seat, you don't take both. Let's see, all good things. Do you think Lick Wilmerding is a good school? I know it's expensive. I went to, there was a site that I saw that reviewed all of the various schools based on their test results. So I don't know. But there are resources if you want to see how good schools are. SL missed it again. Well, you may have missed it, but there's good news. Like I said, there's that I was wearing a body cam that was recording most of the stream, and we'll go through that. Looks like somebody took a piss over here. Rip a bike. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Oh, look, this got tagged up. That's new. Somebody lost their shirt or jacket or something. Sometimes you see some crazy stuff down here. I'm just seeing bottles and other stuff. So, like, I've seen like a broom down there. I was like, what the hell? How did a broom get down there? It is dangerous to move at night in the USA. Well, depends what neighborhood you're in. You know, there's a lot of places where it's very fine, but when you're in some place like here in San Francisco, the downtown Tenderloin, yeah, it's no good to be out at night, especially if you don't know what you're doing and you're not familiar with the area. So I don't see anything else too crazy here. Oh wait, I think I'm not sure if that's a syringe. Just trying to see. You never know what you're going to see over in the BART station. Wow. Oops. I don't know what happened here, but it looks like somebody was enjoying some champagne. And for those that can't tell, that's a big bottle. So it looks like somebody used the old saber technique on there. Let's see. How do people poop in public? Well, the same way you do in private, except for it's in public. Yeah, I mean, you gotta go, and some people go quite quickly. Yeah, look, here's another bottle. There's lots of little bottles of alcohol out here on the tracks. But yeah, as you guys saw earlier in the stream, somebody had done that, you know. Wow, look. So there's a pigeon here on the tracks drinking, like, I guess that's sewage water. Whoa. Yeah, for some reason there's, see, I always wondered how the birds survive. So I guess there's water here, but it's not the freshest water in the world. Look, there's like various cans stuck in there. That water is not exactly clean. So I guess this is how, you know what's scary? The water flows down here and can actually flood when it rains. Meanwhile, danger, electrical third rail. It's not something I would want water flowing under. You know? That seems like a poor design decision. And actually, here's the BART train, which I will be riding. So, thank you everybody who's been watching the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out the replay, the archive, and check out the alternative footage when you can. Pigeon almost attacked you, watch out. That bird almost stole your phone. I just thought about how they must not have wiped. There was no tissue. Yeah, that's a thing. But you know, when you see, I have a video of somebody who was thinking about stealing tissue, and it's probably for those very reasons, because there's a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of public restrooms over here. Someone attacked you on a night trip? No, no one attacked me. They were just talking about the bird that flighted the camera.